Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these restless nights, all these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of all my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and Rolex account a blue face. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brother since 6th grade. G-Wagon, red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, acting like the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain. But thank God, cause we really on the better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. Life down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. I can run this town. I can run this town. can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. No more doubt about me. Oh, I can run this town. Don't you know I got the
I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my feet become. I'll keep going till my feet become below. 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 Going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my feet become. I'll keep going till my feet become below. 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 I'll keep going till my feet become below.
Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. is a shakedown.
ESL presents ESL Challenger League in partnership with Intel, Acer Predator, DHL, and Checks.
It's that time of the evening once again. The ESL Challenger League brings you day 4 of European action as Cup number 1 is in full swing, and we return to the upper bracket proceedings. My name's Eternal J. I'm joined by Dweg as per usual to bring you through this evening's Cup action. How you doing tonight, man?
Yeah, look, keen to be able to get some teams over the line, more wins, continue that upper bracket dominance. Oramond that we've got up in this best of 3J, we only cast them a month ago, whereas HAVU, it's been nearly a year since we've covered them, so I'd love to see what the progression maybe looks like for the Finns coming into 2026.
And well, progression throughout the course of the competition as well this season of ESL Challenger League is quite a big one for everybody involved, and not everyone so far has been able to cut the mustard, as we say. Already a number of eliminations have taken place throughout Cup number 1, and so far we have certainly separated the best of the best in this upper bracket thus far here, Dweg.
Yeah, it's very true. I think when we look at the majority of the upper bracket games, I mean, you've got Oramond and HAVU that played CIS teams, okay? They had WW that got a win for the Oramond side. HAVU was able to get a win over the Forza Reload camp, and you and I, we only just casted them. So to see what HAVU can base themselves in that one event, I think they're probably a Finnish organisation that's banking on a bit of a deeper run online, because I think that's been where their struggles have come in recently.
Well, look, in terms of the online competitions, I mean, they haven't really had a level of caliber as high as this, $25,000 on the line. Usually it's been around the Finnish local scene levels, eventually leading into LAN environments. Sure, to their credit, it's going to give them a little bit of a boost. But in terms of the actual genuine high-end Tier 2 competition, HAVU have never really been in this kind of a position. So in terms of their grand scaling against this Oramond side, it's going to be a pretty big sort of deal, not only in this one matchup, but across their entire branch. Because, look, if they make it through this best of 3, then there's going to be quite a number of opposition teams to be taking on in this bracket as we take a look more in depth into where they stand, right? You actually might be able to see that there in that top end part of the board. That HAVU Gaming will be taking on Gen 1 or a Familiar Sao, I think is how you say that team name, in the quarterfinals if they happen to get there, and of course not short of other key competition elements as that bracket plays on for them.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough run overall for the HAVU side. You'd probably expect them to get down towards that lower bracket. I do look at Coalesce and the Nuclear Tigers, thinking that they're going to be some key front runners. Johnny Speeds as well. I know that they've made some recent roster changes to try and upgrade that roster, losing Mail09 in the latter portion of last year. And then as for the lower bracket, I mean, is there any team that catches our eyes that could potentially go on a run? I'd say ex-Ruby, perhaps. Those guys are actually quite decent. They tend to go quite deep in the majority of the cups. Unity, Ents Academy, Ago, whatever. We can move on. I mean, there's not going to be much to discuss with those three in particular. And then down towards the lower portion. I mean, Sangle, we covered them recently. That's a very strange-looking roster. Ill Will, still not cracking, still winning games. Maybe they could go on a bit of a run. But, yeah, there's not that many teams that have caught my eye here in the lower bracket just yet.
Well, look, Ill Will 1 knocked into the lower bracket from the first round. So maybe there will be some opportunities later on down the road. But it's going to be a very hard graft. You can see the number of matches they got ahead of them to make it back into the consolidation proceedings of the double elimination bracket. But again, we're talking about upper bracket here today. Our teams will be HAVU and Oramond. HAVU being in a bit of an awkward spot. Oramond certainly being within, I guess you could call them a top-end Tier 2 team, Dwayne. Is that an appropriate sort of position to put the polls in?
I would say they're around there. They're definitely good enough to be a top-end Tier 2 team because they won, European Pro League Series 4 recently. They won the Nodwin Clutch Series 3 tournament. They're getting constant top 8s and top 16s. So they're always good enough to advance. And going up against a HAVU side today, they'll look at these guys and say, bro, they're mainly playing qualifiers and they're not really playing that many online titles. I was quite impressed with their LAN that they had in Sweden recently in United 21 to get to a grand final, and I think that maybe shows the caliber of these players. This roster has not made a roster change in over a year. Now, I would say at this point, Uli, he's a vet, right? We used to cast him way back in the day. Yeah, there's some younger names in with the rest of the field, but this HAVU team is towards the top end of the Finnish scene. I think they're just finding it very difficult and probably have found it very difficult for multiple years now. I mean, you remember remember back to the online era, HAVU was probably one of the best tier 2 teams that there was. They were a top 15 team in the world. They were winning titles. That was when they had when they had X7, when they had so many good players. Spargo was the AWPer back then. And yeah, they really were quite solid back in the day. It's just it's a completely different lineup and it's a completely different landscape than where we were then.
At the very least, in recent times, I mean, thanks to that United 21 LAN event, they actually have managed to make a bit of a spike happen in terms of their ranking on VRS, which is part of the reason why they got the invite to the ESL Challenger League in the first place. I don't know whether they're going to maintain that here against the Oramond side, who certainly are in a much more stable position by comparison. They are playing in all the big online cups, the CCTs, the JB Pro Leagues, the Nodwins, even took a Nodwin Clutch Series at the tail end of last year. So coming into ECL this time about, they are looking for a respectable run in at least Cup number 1.
And it's really funny, okay? So Oramond is an Orgless project. They've been Orgless for quite some time since they got dropped by Reason. Now, Jay and I, we casted them under Reason Gaming, and they were pure rubbish. They had so many losses on HLTV. They really weren't competitive. But yet, since they've been unorged, they've been a lot stronger. Now, we know that Ancient has always been a permaban for HAVU. We know that Overpass is a permaban from Oramond. Unfortunately, Jay, HAVU really like Nuke, but it's also really good for the Oramond side. So I know the polls are going to be picking into Mirage, and I probably expect HAVU to go into that Nuke.
I mean, you have to think about the overall Nuke itself, though, and the fact the man of the race is that they're taking a number of losses on this map up against higher end teams in the field of Tier 2 competition. There's still a amount to figure out in terms of that decency of their own right, but they will go into the Nuke in the end. So yeah, look, I mean, this is one of those cases where the map pool itself from HAVU doesn't really help themselves out. There aren't any strengths that are Oramond's weaknesses, so have to go towards their own strength of things. Hope that Dust 2 could be a bit more of a surprise. You've got a decent couple of wins on it on the board in the last few months, only really losing it to Big and Mana in that 3-month window. So maybe there's a curveball to throw in towards the second map of the series. Inferno will be the decider if we have to go there.
Now, it's quite funny, Jay, that Oramond decided to pick Dust 2 yesterday versus Fingers Crossed and ended up even forfeiting the map. They had to basically go to the opposition map pick, win it there, and go to the decider. That has been the only time in the last 3 months that they've picked Dust 2 in a best of 3 on HLTV. So we always have these conversations about teams trying to reinvent their map pool, come into the new year with something different. Mirage has a pick rate of 24 best of 3s, always going for it as the #1 map in the pool. But yet they decide to go to Dust 2. So maybe that's something that we need to expect from the polls moving forward, is less Mirage, more Dust 2, and maybe it depends on the opponent that they're playing.
Well, look, they've obviously got a number of Mirage maps on record, so it is a little bit disjointing to see that map is not being picked in overall. But we have talked to us, obviously, about several teams in the Tier 2 space that only have one good map in the pool, and then as soon as you have that being removed by a permaban of the other opposing force, then suddenly you're in a very, very dire spot. So maybe for Oramond, considering the significant mismatch between the quality of them versus the quality of HAVU, you're looking at this matchup saying, listen, this is an opportunity for us to start to stress test that map pool, get a bit more practice in on it. I mean, I don't want to treat it as a full-on scrim per se, but just to get it into a competitive environment where you actually might face some resistance and iron out the protocols, iron out the strategies, iron out the tactics. Yeah,
and I think for HAVU, knowing that they're in and around the top 70 on VRS, they need to try and get some results going to just further progress the local scene, progress the organisation. I mean, Uli's been here for over 2.5 years now. He's been a part of this team for a very long time. We remember Uli way back in the day, even Peku being the head coach, we used to cast him back when he used to play on Kova, right? So we know that there's some vets in this team. We know that there's some old guys that are still trying to kick around. But unfortunately, even the Finnish local scene, mate, there's not even really LANs to play anymore. Yeah. There's very few online tournaments that are coming out of Finland. So when you used to have those pathways in the previous years, you now have to try and adapt into what is a very difficult Tier 2 grind. And I think Oramond are a perfect example of that, Jay. They play a lot of tournaments. They play a lot of officials. They've definitely tried to ramp it down less recently, just because I think they've been more successful. When you look at their period around September, October, November, even December last year, they were just grinding every single event under the sun. But now you're within the top echelons of Tier 2, I think you can take a bit of a break and say, right, we've just won a tournament recently. We've won a few games in a row. I mean, let's just have a look. They've beat, what, Fingers Crossed, WW, Favbet. They lost to Ecstatic and then beat Sashi, Magic, Leo, Forza Reload, this B-Pod tie. They're getting so many wins in the most recent couple of weeks that they're playing on HLTV.
And still got a number of good tournaments on the go at the moment for Oramond as well. So for their own positions, for their own records, you take a look at their whole sort of like placing in the Tier 2 space. And yeah, it might not be as grindy as it once was before, but it's still still is significant enough to where you can see them sort of performing in those tournaments, in those ECLs, in the A1 gaming leagues, in the CCT, and in this competition as well. I think that they've got a good chance to go pretty deep. I will admit that there may be at least one team in the bracket ahead of them that might face a little bit of resistance. But in general, I've got Oramond backed for quite a deep run in this one, and therefore I'm going to back them in the series as well. 2-0, they just seem like a massive mismatch.
I would probably even say that they should get a top 4 at a bare minimum, Jay. When I look at this upper bracket and the field of competition that awaits, Oramond can do very well in this ECL Cup.
Indeed, they could well do so. First, they've got to get through HAVU. It's the Finnish map pick, Nuke notoriously Finnish, but also notoriously Polish in the case of the Oramond camp. Again, 13 times played, 3 times lost in the last 3 months for the Poles. They know what they're doing here.
Now, HAVU have always picked Nuke no matter what the iteration has been. Even when we think back to the previous lineup that they had when Zori used to be a part of the team. I mean, at one point, he was probably touted as one of the very best players that we had in Tier 2 as an AWP. But yeah, they've always tried to bring Nuke in. And as for the Oramond side, I still think their Nuke is pretty good. It's their second highest picked map in the pool behind Mirage. So I would say I'm fairly confident in a 2-0. I think it's going to take quite a lot here for HAVU to try and push on for a win and try and actually even take a map in this series.
And the question is, what is the lot going to look like, right? Is it going to look like a lot from the players? Is it going to look like a lot from the captain and the strategies? Like, what is it that HAVU need to do to at least look decent in this kind of series?
I mean, it's going to be down to their T sides, right? They're going to have some really good timings. I think Oramond shoot really hard. They've got some very good individuals. So from that perspective, HAVU need to make sure that they're doing a lot on the outside, working 1-2-3 smokes, working diags, getting players into secret, down into garage, and trying to force a lot of over rotations. I think if you can make it uncomfortable for the caller of Fnatic, if you can maybe get into his mind about, do we need to gamble rotation, where are some of the holes in the defense, etc., then that's maybe where you're going to be able to strike. I just think that for HAVU, it's been a long time coming, and maybe they're hungry, right? If you keep playing in these closed qualifiers where, let's be honest, you are playing a lot of pretty rubbish teams, aren't you? You're not really playing teams that have good protocols. You're not playing teams that play what we would count as proper CS. So from that alone, I think HAVU want to get back in the circuit, right? They want to get back in, at least towards the mid-pack of Tier 2, because I think they've got the players to compete at this level.
Well, look, I mean, if you want to talk about theoretics and the way that HAVU have started to really ramp up their appearances in the online Tier 2 Cups and in those qualifiers, like you mentioned before, then yeah, there's a world in which they can work on those specifics and those intricacies and determine like a new strategy around their sort of game plan that will elevate them up the scene. I think in terms of the results we've seen from them so far, though, haven't really been a lot of successful runs in those qualifying tournaments. The only one has been the European Pro League, with playing at that one, which they managed to make it into the event and then got pretty easily handed out in last place in the actual tournament proper. And then in the CCTs, for instance, and the Nodwins, hasn't quite been as successful in those ones, like second place groups that lose to the play-in stage, and then of course a third place group in the CCT number 12. So look, there's been very little success in terms of tangibility for this HAVU side.
I think it's also been a factor of the local scene's development, right? In the past, you used to have a lot of organizations that would fund the Finnish scene. You had the Helsinki Reds, you had Kova, you had ENCE, you had ENCE Academy, HAVU was always there. And as we've gone on, we're just seeing more orgs pull out, which means that there's less tournaments to play, and you don't thrive the scene in the right direction. So HAVU are definitely one of the teams left high and dry, one of the fort-standing organizations in the Finnish scene, just looking to try and see if they can make a crack back to where they were in previous years. Now, Oramond, starting on their CT side, fast playing from the door at A-Explode.
Sunko, only good for damage on the first player. Alec is very, very low. He gets that kill in to start things off. Fnatic in the back lines, only good for the one frag of his own right here. CT's got presence out towards mini. Players also up in heaven. Front side was considering the peak. His teammate will take the prod forward instead. Antivirus and Spavaku are very, very low HP in this 3-on-4.
And they just got beaten by pace completely. And now on the retake, well, you'd have to just be saving. You've got a man disadvantage of 2 Goosh players. No point. I think you could just say that the A players just got completely overhandled. Out from door, straight away with the immediate bomb plant. Could work from HAVU. That's a way to get the pistol round victory in.
Yeah, excellent stuff. You said earlier, their T sides will be the main point of attack when getting HAVU involved in this series and getting them involved in this map especially. HAVU pick still favoured by Oramond. It's a positive start for the Finns. Pistol taken and into the gun buys here. The Frostbite will come back from frontsider, so Oramond will not take that one too easy.
Yeah, Oramond know that an opening pick is going to be critical. Now, if you're looking at the HUD, you'll be able to realise that Ariel is in server today, who used to play for HAVU back in the day, Jay. He's going to be standing in for Pecco, so you wonder if that's going to be for a map, that's going to be for an entire best of 3. Not ideal for a team that's struggling versus another squad that's towards that higher end of Tier 2.
Definitely going to help the sort of stability of the Finns. Shot this barbecue. Scout on the outside of our line. The headshots mostly does catch a player off on top of Mini, but again, inaccuracy is affecting him, giving Ariel a pretty nice and easy kill. Now front side antivirus in at secret. Alec gonna get the first kill. Second map also goes down. So all those key firepower weapons do very little for Oramond in this round.
Sunko is just hoping for one, but he might not even get it against Ariel out there towards the back of T-Red. 5-7, and now an Uli is the walkout. Yeah, Fnatic might not even be able to hold on to his weapon, so it could be everyone dropping here on the city side.
And they can hear them walking away. Uli's going to call that information to his teammates. Mac 10 with the first call. Gets his kill together. That's bonus cash. The last man is Sunko. 32 HP to defend against. A little range with the so far. They've got so much time as well to overwhelm him. Can't survive, all down. And no weapon saved for the eco round on Oramond. 2-0 start, looking good on the stance right now for HAVU.
Yeah, just having a look here, Jay, at the history. Ariel has not played a HLTV game since the 29th of May last year. So let's see what the individual sharpness is going to be like. The 32-year-old used to be an in-game leader for HAVU back in the day. Played here from, what, 2021 to 2023, and of course, played in a major grand final with Ensway back in the day.
Everyone will remember IEM beats 2019. I certainly do. Shame that Ents team couldn't really resist the era of Astralis at the time. You mentioned earlier how HAVU once at one point in time was part of the top end of the Tier 2 scene. I think Ariel was part of that roster as well.
Yeah, he definitely was. They had Yemi as well. That was a very good team.
A number of years ago now. Times have certainly changed for the veteran. Still doing well enough to kick things off for the HAVU side here in this one. Being P2 shots from Fnatic, getting a couple of kills out of it, so a little bit of expense. Plus a kill from a USP earlier on from Antivirus, and actually you get a bit more of an expensive round for the HAVU side. The money in reserve, so the buy state for this round won't be a concern. Maybe for the next one though, especially as they buy that AWP for Otto.
Now, HAVU feel as if they're in a decent position right now. Again, there's been an organization that dates back to, what, 2017? I mean, it's funny you talk about the rise of HAVU around that 2020, 2021 period. I remember when Saw used to play there, and a lot of people will obviously know Saw now for coaching Heroic, coaching G2, being a part of Ents, but he used to be an ex-player back in the day, used to be involved in the Finnish scene.
I mean, you'd hope he'd be involved in the Finnish scene, considering that, you know, he's Finnish.
Yeah, but you do get coaches that never play ex-pro, do you? That does happen these days.
I'm hoping to see some of that experience coming out on the HAVU camp. Not from them directly, but from the others. Comparably inexperienced, the likes of Ariel, Otto B. Given the AWP for this round, like I said earlier, Alec dropped it over to him. Initial contact towards outside won't be seen on Antivirus. You see the diag smokes coming in. Provide a little bit of access towards the secret angle. Antivirus is holding. A third smoke comes in to block off the open space. The HEs will not reveal much vision beyond the smokes. It's just a little bit too deep and there's a little bit too much in the way.
Auto B is just scaling with the majority of the players, trying to get them down to secret. Now, they're making a lot of noise about this. So you've already got a rotator. As Sunko's got down there to the lower corridors, he's got a smoke on contact. Frontsider is also rotating down from ramp. So at the moment, A is very weak. You don't have a Heaven player. You've got a door player and a hut player, and then no one that's going to be quick on rotation. So if it is an A exec, it would be the perfect call for HAVU.
Smoke and Molly. Block off Mini, antivirus forced to peek in. He's burning to 8 points of health. Backup is here. HT is going to reveal Sunko. Fnatic suddenly very pressured. Antivirus good for only one picks. Kill in from Fnatic. Drops one man. SparVacu's AWP picks up another. That's the bomb dropped in the open as well. Frontsider comes in from outside. Deals with Alec. And Otto B now has to save the AWP. Oramond strike their first round of the board.
They're just too slow with the trades there from HAVU. And then the setup, there's nothing that you can complain about that. The molly out to the closed vent corner, forces Frontsider out into the open, and then from there you just think, right, explode door, come out from hut, just get those trade frags in. But it almost looked a little bit delayed, didn't it? Otto B was still in ramp. He was holding for the ramp rotation. He's sitting there in lobby, just scoped up on the angle. Yeah, HAVU will be disappointed about that one. That was ripe for the taking.
Thank goodness Otto had a lot of money in his reserves so he can drop weapons to his teammates and keeping that AWP in play. And the buy round available for HAVU, but it's limited on utility and it will be broken in the next. Overpass barbecue. Waiting for a peek to come his way, and there's no flashbang for aerial support, so easy kill for the CT start.
Alec now on the outside knows that if we need to scale, we need to make sure we have more util. SparVacu, what a great opener that is to the round. Oh, what a leg shot against Alec. He's doing everything.
Supported by Antivirus, who capitalizes on the damage, takes the kill. And HAVU now start to feel the full force of Oramond here. Fast-paced pistol turning into some slower-paced gun rounds, and right now Oramond certainly working with the patience much better. Uli's just been seen, and Sinico can take him. Otto being put 2v5 to work with, and not even any damage done to the CT side right here. That's a minute to go. Pua can get one trade back. Secondary players there with another AK on the CT side. Frontsider's going to be a little bit wary because that AWP can provide support, and Pua's not done. Headshot taken. Antivirus was also seen out there. Area of the corridors to check position, but not quite on the pre-aim. So there's a kill for Antivirus to fall back. Otto B, 1v3 to play.
Surely no hope in this one. That's a really good hold on the outside that just sets up that round. And when you look at everyone on this Polish team, okay, now I think when we have casted the Polish teams in the past in Tier 2, your Visa Krakows, your Avezes of the world, Illuminars, Permitter, there's always one or two names that have normally been kicking around a while, right, that have maybe been playing 10 years or were ex-Tier 1 players or at least had good experience at Tier 2. None of these guys have. They've all come up from the local divisions. I mean, even SparVacu, his first HLTV game was not even 2 years ago. Like, it's crazy to see how quick the progression has been for this 5.
Yeah, like you said, Failing squad turned into something a lot more significant.
And the next question is, when do they get picked up? I mean, if Gentlemates can get picked up by Iberian Soul, you'd have to expect a team within the top 50 on VRS should get picked up at some point.
It'll take a while for Gentlemates to pick them up in the end, to be fair. It's a prime real estate for any prospective organizations, I'll give you that much.
Especially ones that have been able to show that their wins in case of tournaments aren't just flukes, that they're able to win online cups quite frequently. Now, it's not going to be every single tournament. I think that's impossible in Tier 2. But if you can win, let's say, anywhere between 2 and 3 online cups in the last 3 months, it tells you you're a decent side. It tells you that you play some pretty good Counter-Strike.
And pretty good is probably saying the least about this team. Oramond. Losing the first pick in this one. Uli with the casualty to the outside. Now, Sunko and Fnatic receiving the presence indoors. Uli gets another decent kill. Barbecue does get the train together with the AWP, but loses the orb for your battle. Fnatic on site. Players all around and deals with the first player over at Hut, but can't deal with the man flanking close towards site. Comes a bit chaotic there from the HAVU camp, but they do have to go pulling ahead in the end. 4-3 on the board, they maintain the lead.
Yeah, for any of the old school viewers, they'll remember Uli out on Cobra, and he was basically a hard carry for just years on that organization. Everyone else was just super average, I'd even say below par for the most part, but he was just their best player by a country mile. They would always put him in good positions, they would always facilitate impact out of him, and that's why eventually he got promoted to the better teams in the region and why he found his way out on HAVU. What a double entry towards that A bomb site. That's a veteran stepping up when they're desperate for a round.
Shots on from Barbecue. Trying to take back control early. Also down the second rifle, knew that there was some aggressive presence there from the AWP. The M4 revealing himself to be relatively close to that black soft. We're going to force forward. And as you get a nice swing forward on this front sider to pick to an advantage and damage to Spava. 4-on-4 for now. Is he going to extend it anything more, though?
And sometimes you just need to brute force a duel when you're getting desperate, and that's what they're able to achieve out in ramp. Now, Alec is going to hope to cross those diags and get towards the credit card area. Now, can he get Sparbecue? That would be a key kill in the round.
Just missed the timing on credit card. Alec. It's going to hide. Sparbecue looking to hail at the right moment. Or turning away. It's all timing. AK sees him. Oh, and he whiffs the spray. Barbecue advantage retaken for his part. The bomb partner as well is on the right-hand side. Alex has to make his move up and still gets caught on a ding by a secondary player. So even though he gets that orb to drop, Antivirus will return and Aerial has to trade it. It's all left now onto Fnatic, the backside player who's undetected, but he's been playing this exact same position time after time right here. It might not matter. They're going to make their rotation. So actually, the other turn towards Sunko. Inside of the vents, he'll take down Aerial. Does that change tact for Uli? No. He's back into that B bomb site. 10 seconds for the plant, though. The last man can respond rather quickly. In a decon, he's tapped it. Molotov sent forward. Caught damage, burning, and no time left. They've done enough. It's 4 apiece. He just goes down before time.
That's really well played from Oramond. And HAVU are being a bit gimmicky, aren't they? I mean, they're in a 4v5 and they're trying to push a ramp smoke and they're just walking a contact. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's a very good duel. But it tells you that fundamentally they're going to struggle quite a lot in this series and that they need to use a little bit of X factor. They need to maybe create plays that are going to catch opposition off guard. It's a difficult shot to get that killing quickly from Pua, but it just has to be landed. I think when the AWP is not looking at you out from that device box, it's just simple. It needs to be hit, and it's an instant punishment from Sparbecue.
Once again, fast in towards Ram for the T side, except en masse. They've got broken investments with Tech 9s and Mac 10s, rifles on 3 other players. Though Frontsider caught cornered out. He's done a lot of damage towards 7 individuals. Pua, he's going to take that opening kill, though, and eventually Frontsider gets run down. Fnatic charges forward, only gets 1 kill for his trouble. 4v2 with massive HP damage being done towards this T side. And a player downstairs that now has to focus on a centralized defensive. Sunko and Sparbecue separated, isolated, and either one could receive the entire T-side force.
Just completely beaten by pace, and now they group, and Sunko gets 2. Oh, he jumps the bomb, and he now hears the last player of OnOB. This AK's on for a round. It's not quite the clutch, but OnOB hears Sparbecue, and now just needs to try and prioritize getting that bomb down.
Or maybe go for the big old wraparounds here in towards Ob's window. Back away from the site. Barbecue's read it as well. Back upstairs. He'll look to go both players up the ladders. Otto into vents. Barbecue's going to take a moment to slow things down, play quiet, play slow, and reveal himself at the perfect moment to just hold the round together. And the lead finally taken by the Polish side in no short effort down to Sunko and his 3K spray. The lineups were good. They didn't check the close range. And that is now Oramond in control.
And for HAVU, that may be what just loses you this best of 3. I think the T side is so critical in this first half. And that's a 4 versus 2 advantage. That's one where the economy is on the ropes. There's not a lot of money in the reserve for the opposition. That was the round to really give it to the favorites, right? To really try and punish them. And a bit of X Factor has come through. What a read in that 1v1 as well. Just instantly rotate up towards heaven. Oh, HAVU struggling here.
Indeed they are. Pistol conversion plus one decent rifle fast play, and the faster pacing has worked out the most for them, but not consistently enough. Advantage Oramond looking for minimum 6. A hero weapon from Pua has passed off to Alec with the Kevlar. Trying to find the entry into Secret, but no one is revealed here. The CT's not willing to aggress. Instead, just put bullets down range into that smoke on the Secret cross. The 4 players will make their way past. Sunko's just going to watch out from Decon. And wait for contact.
I'm personally never a big fan of these kind of buys. Hero AK with no armor for anybody else. It's extremely difficult for the teams to generate anything.
Case in point, Antivirus takes 1, and no one's got Kevlar to work with these 2 rifles. They are picked up. Sunko's on site, teammate also involved. Area gets swung upon. Last player around the corner. Pua does manage to take a second player down. Tertiary kill would be lovely, but Spavacute has all those bullets miss against him and does remove the last element from play. 6-4, minimums taken for Oramond, looking for a best case half of 8-4 on the scoreline. HAVU, another decent weapon buy-in for round 11.
Now, HAVU just know to themselves, we need to work pace because it's something that's been generating quite a lot of frags from us. I mean, that ramp explosion before they even got themselves down towards B told you that they completely outclassed them. So maybe that's the way forward for round 11 and round 12. Try and hit them with more pace, more acceleration. Sunko just trying to hit the door nades. Otto B was hoping for any aggression on the outside. Players trying to cut towards that back of T-Red, but doesn't happen. It's given actually quite a lot of respect towards that area.
Outside access, and the majority of team players. Fnatic nade on to Uli, will dish out a tiny amount of damage and also force him to take a peek. He reveals himself with the burst. Meanwhile, Otto B going to try and lead them on the outside. A swing from one CT player, didn't see anybody. The smoke's going to clear, and now he's going to see what's really going on. Tried to toe for a quick pop shot against, but couldn't do much with the space he's been given. Spavacute. Now for the smoke contact, we'll wait for them to peak.
Well, I think they're going to be driven into A here. With the T's now taking Garage, and with less than a minute on the clock and a player down and lower with that smoke, you'd expect the T's here to take main, go in towards an A play. And the CTs are just about to take lobby space. Uli needs to try and fight, and he needs to put up numbers.
Rosso's on antivirus, but Sunko's not a big concern. Otto will get his kill. Oh, and Uli looks the wrong way at the wrong moment. Advantage mitigated in an instant. Now Aerial leads them into heaven and tries to lead them into the A-bomb site. Sunko going to watch out for mini antivirus. There's a bit of a blind spot there to the top rafters. In the end, they will put Sunko to watch out heaven. 22 seconds left. Molotov's come in, antivirus there with a crossfire. Sunko with a double sequence, and antivirus strikes the last man down. Drops the bomb on Otto. Alec in a 1v4. No chance of this one. All sorts of T's dropping. And all sorts of advantages for Oramond. 7-4 is the most key one. And he posted to a permanent half advantage on the CT side. Alec needs to keep this AK in. The money's already ruined for the T's. They won't get round the red box in time, so he keeps at least one key rifle for the final buy of the half.
Bro, it's just so readable. I mean, you've got 2 CTs on A. No one's watching main. Both of them are watching heaven, right? I mean, that just tells you how crazy the setup is. They just knew, just being able to put yourself in such a good position, you're never going to break that crossfire. There's just no chance. 3-0 to 4-7 down. HAVU have been completely outclassed in this T side. They've made it very difficult to even keep rounds competitive.
What a kill from antivirus, timed so well onto Alec. His saved AK has very little impact. And HAVU work their way back around towards the ramp contact. Spavacute, his AWP is set and ready. Flash forward, avoided, shot on, Otto down, Aerial. Peeked in front side of Springs the trap, and Spavacute's reposition finds Pua on a similar sort of shot. Stellar stuff once again from HAVU's the opposition. Oramond facing Uli down in a 1 versus 5. He only gets 1 kill out of it, so indeed it's an 8-4 half for our favourites. Oramond dominant on Nuke.
And I think we can just see clearly why they're a top-end Tier 2 team, right? That was a really clean showing coming through from the favourites. And I'd almost expect, Jay, moving into a T side, I'm expecting this to get closed up pretty quickly.
I'm certainly thinking so too. We had the 2-0 locked in for the Oramond side on our predictions, and I don't see any reason to doubt that at this stage. It's going to be the CT half for HAVU. If there's one time to recover, it would be after this break. Four rounds to the good on Oramond as they transition towards this T side. HAVU have done very little, all things considered. Pistol and conversions taken, plus one good rifle. That's been it from them thus far here, Blake.
And they need to pretty much do the exact same thing and do it now. Get that pistol in, get that first gun round, try and make it an 8-8 game. And then from there, that's when the struggles are only going to continue. Now, it's a pack and group on this T side. No one's searching, and Pua only saw one, but he's hearing a lot of footsteps, so he knows that they're mass-taking ramp.
Antivirus leads them in. Pua backed up with that USP. Watching and waiting for confidence to come his way. Bomb on site. Planted, will be held together. USP to peek from Pua, doesn't opt to do so. Waits for a minute or two with Julius right behind him and will engage out towards the left-hand doorway. Bomb nowhere near being retaken here, and the CTs aren't keen to move. Every time they try to make a move, there's some sort of response, particularly in that doorway where it opens and closes from both sides. Barbecue finally draws out first blood. Uli almost went down towards his teammate. Alec is picked up, and Otto on site alongside Pua, moving close. Fnatic will take down one. Otto with a returning frag. 3-on-3. Time's ticking against them. There are no kits in play for the CT side either, as they start falling back to save their Kevlar, save their weapon, save whatever little util they've got. Even then, Fnatic will try to keep them inside that bomb explosion. And force for his trouble, but doesn't matter. Pistol win. That's what Oramond were looking for.
That was very creative as well, coming through from HAVU. I've not seen that pistol set up before, so what the T's typically do on Nuke T-side pistol is if they're trying to take ramp and go lower, they want to try and take space, don't they? So they open up the glass and they'll take double doors. Now that smoke blocked them. They can't go through the windows. They can't really take double doors. So everyone was just trapped out on the bomb side. The problem that HAVU find is they let themselves down individually, don't they? Every time they open up the double doors, when they prod their way in, they're just whiffing. They're not getting those kills in cleanly. Those T's were just completely in the open, but yet were still fighting and winning duels with the Glocks.
HAVU desperately forcing into this next round. Scouts on Otto. Get tagged up and overwhelmed in the end by the T-side forces. Antivirus credited with the opening in this one. A little bit of damage returned towards the pole, but nothing that should make a difference, especially with so many other rifles at high HP.
And to focus on Heaven while also trying to look main and hut here for aerial is not easy. There's so many different positions at the same time, and you can see that he's going to get caught in the timing.
Oh, actually captures a small pixel, a headshot angle on Antivirus, and so he goes down. A 4-on-4 established. Dooley now focusing with his teammate to peek in towards Mini, but front side of Fnatic, Sunko will all converge upon the bomb site. Fnatic will cut the last second rotation of Pua. 1 casualty sustained, 4 remain alive here for Oramond and go into the next round. We'll face a basic eco from HAVU, a Deagle, a P250. That's the extent of the whole buy.
And I know that we haven't covered HAVU for a good 9 months or so, Jay. I'm a bit disappointed with how they've looked out on Nuke. I know that they're coming in with a stand-in rather than their full 5-man lineup, but I think tactically they've looked okay. But, I mean, just look at the numbers. I mean, how is no one on double-digit kill counts going into round 15? Yeah,
it's just been underwhelming. And, look, this is sometimes how the cookie crumbles, right? We said earlier it's a mismatch. HAVU. Very rarely do we get to see them at this level of competition anymore, and we're starting to see exactly why. Even then, I can envision those 9 months, how haven't seen any roster changes from this side either. No moves to make any improvements to the team, no ways to strengthen. All 5 men been together since January of 2025. That's over a year. Well, they still do some damage towards the T side here. They'll drop a couple of Galils because Sunako's picked up one of them. Antivirus had another. Front side, if he goes down, we'll upgrade to an AK in the next. Looking at the future and what the potential implies for Oramond, because HAVU still going to need something pretty magical to come out with this round. At least they're leaning into the upper bomb site where Pua and Uli are both holding from, but Uli goes down, and the last player of Pua, head turned away. Didn't even realize he was going to go falling. 11-4 to the win.
And I remember even chatting to Gruss at LAN last year, Jay. He used to play at a decent level back in the day on Apex, probably about around top 30, top 40 with the Swedes. And, well, there's nothing there. There's no salaries in Norway. Everyone's part-time. There's no full-time salaries anymore. Pretty sure HAVU aren't even full-time salaried at this point. And I think that's maybe sometimes the difference, right? The regions that are struggling with the move to CS2, with how strong some of these Eastern European teams have got. They've just been filtered out. And HAVU have certainly shown a lack of competitiveness, a lack of real growth in the Finnish scene for the last few years. It's been tough going, and Oramond have had a very clinical game out here on Nuke. And I think we said it from the beginning of the veto. I mean, it's the second most picked map in the pool for the polls. It's an unlikely veto advantage.
Yeah. Not seeing many angles which HAVU can work a return in this one. We're talking about 7 rounds to make up at this stage. And I've got the opening kill in this one, but the flashbang supporting the peak of Antivirus will get the kill on Pua. Otto's good to trade it back alongside 1 kill from Alec on outside. Sunko will fall. And frontside of this barbecue separated in their 2 different campaigns. The bomb towards outside the, at this point, lurker into ramp. Barbecue will cross silently and successfully down into secret and look at the corridors. But his teammate going back into lobby, so what do they do from here?
They need to keep contacting, and Sparvacue needs contact at lower to then force rotations from upper, which will allow frontsider to hopefully catch someone repositioning towards the vent position. Now Sparvacue, crosshair placement needs to be good here against aerial. Oh, that's a good shot.
Very crispy adjustment Bomb would have been seen. Cracks open those windows and front sider strings a trap. Otto's down. Player at Decon not even going to be in a factor here. Sparvacu's not going to get caught on transition, but the player in heaven is going to have information called out towards him. Bomb seen inside the smoke. Will get planted. They're going for that default plant position, but with Alex Spray desperate to deny it, front sider takes that chance to strike him down. Uli stands alone. Did he spot the player escaping to the backside? I think he might have done. Sparvacu, his back won't be revealed. He's behind harder cover. Uli, top of the heart. As soon as he needs to make a move, he will give himself away. And neither individual plays to his position. He'll drop off now. Take a fight. Sparvacu goes down. Be exposed towards frontsider. Tapping that bomb once. Looking for him to peek. Sees him now. It's just a shoulder bait from the AK though. And frontsider holds his nerve. Triple in the round. And map point for Oramond.
Hey, that was one of the cleanest 2v4s you are going to see in a little while. Oh, yeah. The first shot out there towards the double doors. And it's always so readable in those kind of situations. You know what they're going to do, but you still have to execute the kills. Now, eventually, that A player has to rotate down the vent. There's too much pressure on the solo B player. And it's just the pre-aim. It's the crouch walk as well. Oh, that's precision. That was a really good round from the Poles.
Nothing short of pure perfection. Wonderful, wonderful round. And, well, I said in the last I didn't see an angle to work in for HAVU. I'm not seeing one at the moment. 8 rounds in a row required to take us to overtime. That's on the outside. Sees a player. Doesn't get anything for it. Sunko will drop. Antivirus actually going to swing forward against the flashbangs against him. Blinding. We'll get the kill together.
Antivirus and frontside are just working picks. And now the 2 players towards A have given it up. Now Pua needs to get this kill against frontsider, but he might be able to because of how deep he is.
Eventually caught off guard by Antivirus because frontsider not revealing. Frontsider is low. HE on Sparvacu not going to help the situation. Alec is also low on the CT side. The player at mini reveals. Frontsider still hits the shot. You just can't stop him. Maybe Aerial could though. 2 kills found. 1 more man remaining. HE doing very little damage by comparison. And the HE comes back towards the contact. Just gets away from it. Bomb was dropped as well. Frontsider needs to attack against his man. Now he's been seen. Aerial knows. Bit of time to reload. How about the mag? Look for 1 good bullet's all he needs, but he can't hit the accurate shot. Frontsider takes some more tag damage against the veteran. 32-year-old. Swings out, gets his adjust. Thinking that frontsider might have made up some space. He thought incorrectly, but still holds it together for HAVU. That's 1 round out of 8. Still 7 more in a row to go.
It's a very good round coming out from Aerial. Nice to show a bit of that experience in the 1vx. But you could just see the difference of individual prowess. I mean, how is a frontsider on 4 points of health able to walk through that main smoke and still catch a kill? It's been HAVU struggling from the word go. And even on the rebuy back, yes, you've got the AWP up for Auto B. You've got mainly rifles. You've still got a FAMAS and an SMG. And you're going up against a very good gun round. This should be where Oramond close nuke.
Yeah. And even if they don't close it here, they've got plenty of chances to do so. Pretty one-sided little affair. Outside, smokes, mollies, nades, the standard. Fnatic has been given the space to breathe. Frontsider making noise of the kill out towards the ramp entrance, the rotations. Might get cut off by this secret lurker. The leg shot on Otto is all he's going to get there. Uli dives in, Fnatic catches him, looks back in for his teammate. The timing's perfect, but the spray accuracy is not. Sunko going to check for it. Antivirus just sees his feet peeking out from below. And it's now a 4v2. Both men inbound from the vents. Both dropped off. Otto will get that kill. Sunko trades it back. Otto, stellar shot onto the man. And switching to the AK now to clutch out the rest of this 1v3 total. 2 more to go. Opens the doorway, sees 1 man in the rafters. He's low HP, but Sparvacu will still get the kill shot with the Galil in hand. 13-5. Oramond will take map 1 a nuke.
Now, typically, Jay, I really like competitive games because I think it's quite entertaining, right? We get to see the pressure of how teams perform in clutch rounds or certain situations. But I can actually appreciate the level that Oramond brought out there on Nuke in both a first half perspective, but also on the T side. It's clear and obvious why they're a high-end tier 2 team, why they're able to win titles, and going up against a team that hasn't caused much of a threat, they've pumped them. And it's not as if they've just out-dueled them, they've outplayed them. I mean, look at the way they're winning 2v4s as an example.
Yeah, this is just like a very, very well-drilled side, and it's so surprising, as you mentioned earlier, they are completely orgless. I would have thought that there would have been someone giving them that full-time salary to keep them going in their development, but they don't need it, apparently. They're doing just fine on their lonesome, and HAVU suffer as a result, a 13-5 nuke. And remember, that was HAVU's map pick. Oramond's pick is coming up in Dust 2 next.
Yeah, it's going to be rough, because I think right now for the polls, you're in good stead. We both are on the same perspective of the 2-0. We're both under the impression that they're going to go deep in this bracket. They're not going to have that many challenges for the next few rounds. They should maybe get a top 4, look to try and compete for an overall title again. So if you're going up against HAVU on your home turf, yeah, of course you're going to have a comfortable time.
Irrespective of how good Dust is a map for the HAVU side, I have a feeling that it's just going to come down to who is the more superior team on paper. And right now, that team is Oramond. The Dust 2 coming up after this short break. We'll see whether it will wrap up in 2-0 when we return.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. How will I get out of the jungle? Everybody wanna stop me. 10 more steps up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Full power, get louder. I'ma get strong, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get strong, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. Gonna hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. No more doubt about me. I can run this town. Don't you know I got the
I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my I'll keep going till my I'll keep go till my feet become. I'll keep going till my feet become below. 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 Till my feet become I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below. I'll keep going till my feet become below.
Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes. And you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it.
And with all things looking strong for Oramond, I can't say we are too surprised at the nature of how the first map of Nuke went down. HAVU picked into it because they didn't really have much of a choice, but unfortunately the strength of Oramond on that map and just in general showed out in full force. So now going into Dust 2, Dwayne, I'd imagine it might be a very similar, quick and easy wrap-up to this best of 3 now.
You'd certainly hope that HAVU put a little bit more of a shift in, just because they've got a good record when it comes to Dust 2. They've been getting a lot of wins on it recently. My issue is that they haven't played anyone decently, and when you've got Antivirus that's dropping nearly 20 kills and making 2vx's look easy, you now have to consider what Oramond's Dust 2 has been in recent officials. You've got, what, a 13-4 versus FavBet only a couple of weeks ago. They got a 13-3 versus Eyeballers towards the end of last year. 13-10 versus Big. They've beaten Johnny Speeds on this map. They've beaten Venom, which is now Coalesce, who's on the other side of the upper bracket. They've beaten some good household names in Tier 2. So I'm pretty confident here in the polls going into Map 2 now.
Yeah, I'm certainly of a similar record, right? And it's not just like Antivirus that was scoring all those clutches. I mean, even combining with players on that side. In fact, taking a look at the HLTV ratings for all of the players in the server, all 5 of them on the Oramond side outclassed HAVU. And I think that really describes how that nuke went down. It wasn't outclassing, it wasn't outpacing, it was just an outfragging sort of game alongside all the tactics and the details that Oramond have. Again, the composure to win a 2v4 situation on a map like Nuke with very little breathing room from your regular positions. Just, it was such a beauty to watch, I think, from the Oramond side. And again, I want to see them going deep. I think we expect them to see them go deep, and that's why we've rated them so highly in this matchup. I think they've proven exactly why we rate them so highly in that last performance. I think that there's a lot more of that to show for as well in the rest of this series and in the bracket.
I mean, even just looking at who they've got to face, you'd expect Gen 1 in the next round. I think Oramond could beat them pretty easily. And then, what, the upper bracket semis, you're most likely going to be playing Alliance, and I think that could be quite a competitive game, but just because two teams play each other quite frequently, and they're pretty much well known in the Tier 2 environment. They play a lot of similar tournaments to one another. So yeah, I expect them to go on quite a run here. For HAVU, I think they can make Dust 2 more competitive than Nuke. I think at times they showed some pretty good signs. I mean, their first gun round that they exploded out A was good. They had, what, Aerial getting a clutch with that UMP on the backside. It was just that it was a few moments, and I think now on Dust 2, we need to see not just much the clutches and, let's say, the individual moments, but we just need the team to step up. We need them to be working a lot more opening picks. We need to see a little bit more detail to the strat book overall. Otherwise, you're just not going to get anything in this series. You're going to be winning the odd round here or there.
Yeah, and that really is how that last map went down. I mean, you've got the pistol conversions and then those 2 moments that you just described, and that's all they got in that whole map up. So you need to see moments strung together, you need to see more cohesion, consistency, and all players stepping up, as you mentioned before. So I just don't see a world in which they can do it, unfortunately, Dwayne. I mean, look, I want to sort of hold out hope that maybe things can come together and things that can look a little bit more solid in terms of, right, well, you've got the early sort of disaster class out of the way first and foremost. Now you can start to formulate a mental sort of like expectation of, okay, let's play our own style of game now. Let's play our own matchup on Dust 2. We play this map really frequently, yeah. We haven't quite beaten the likes of the Bigs and the Fav Bets and the Phantoms and whomever else, but what we have done is we have played against our opposition of our level and done really well on it. So let's try and do that here and now.
And I was mentioning the WW team on yesterday's broadcast. That's who Oramond played in the first round. Now that's Deco and Keelian and a couple of other random names you probably never heard of. But map number 1 and 3 was Overpass and Mirage, and it was a 13-3 for Oramond and a 13-6. It was only that nuke that was competitive and went down to an overtime and ended up losing it. So I think they've shown, even in the previous matchup just 2 days ago, that they can seriously just pummel opposition. They can go into best of 3s and dominate from the word forward. They can give very few chances and very few rounds, and that's what the outcome and what they're hoping for when it comes to a map like Dust 2.
And when Favpet and Johnny Speeds have been dismantled on Dust 2 by Oramond in the past, that doesn't give you a whole lot of hope for this HAVU side. Pistols are live. Julie's in for Alec. The CT starts up for the HAVU camp. They will need to get a decent CT side in if they want a hope in hell of making this work.
Now they're packing grouping out here towards long, which means you're going to see a CT smoke and then just a single flash to try and clear up as much space as possible. They want to try and get this P250 in for a kill, but they really need to try and deal with these short players.
Nades will land damage more than actually reveal position at the cross. Uli's going to get credited with opening blood. Antivirus picked up. And they're very low HP here across the T side, so that nade will not help the situation. And a 5-on-4 that does look rather juicy for Harvey in the zoo.
Well, Barbecue needs to be the guy that brings this round back. He needs to deal with the lurk, and that's exactly what he gets out there towards long.
Lost his teammate Sunko in the meantime. Players on the back side. Fnatic and frontside are overwhelmed in an instant. The P250 taps another very good crispy headshot. Alec caught. Players all around him though, and 2 peek together to remove him from the defensive. The pistol win will go the way of Harvey once again. 2 out of 3 so far in this series, and both of them being in the opening hotbox.
We don't often see HEs being invested in pistol rounds. You normally see double Julies being dropped, maybe a kit, perhaps even a flashbang. But right there, that first HE was just dominate. It just put so much HP bars down low when they're trying to cross out. And then the second one's just even more chip. Auto B might have been caught, but they just start flooding the bomb site. Now, Oramond did get a couple of kills and a bomb plant, so an option to force by going into round 2 is there. But they want to keep it quite safe. They're buying down very lightly.
Weapon sets on the basics. Want to farm the cash into the true rifles in the next round. Don't really recall Oramond being particularly aggressive buyers per se. Makes the most sense considering what we saw in the last map up. It was the bulk of the rounds being gained in those ecos, in those conversions, as we say. Extra bomb plant bonus wouldn't be too terrible here in this one, where you can get the true weapons out and really dominate your way through the rest of this game. And now I'm going to try and do so here. Bomb could get planted with this smoke in the way, as Otto and Uli get a couple kills back. Frontside is hunting for the damage. Does take a player out. Drop in against the second, though. Gives up the chance to make a bomb plant happen. And doesn't get a third one, so 2-0. And rifles are inbound from Oramond. AKs across the entire board.
Yeah, we know the buy was light, but one flashbang would have really helped them out there. I think any time you're going short and into A, if you can just blind off that car angle, it helps the cross out to the bomb side. And that scout and the M4 were just chipping away, making it look very easy against the elbow players. So 2-0 for HAVU, with Otto going up towards the big green. Aerial thinking about an aggressive move? No. Don't often see players going down towards the lower tunnels on the city side. We've got the CTs trying to fight for long control, and no good long spawns here for the Ts, so they're quite happy to go and give the space.
Sunko on the Xbox will move with his teammates. On the back as Barbecue. Front side are trying to engage the player in at mid, but no one is able to receive. He joins up. And to go for an early hit here. Smokes are already coming in for them. Molotov's also at the play for the site. Set in. Eventually, HEs will come in to receive against the T-side line. Alec waiting for inside that smoke. The AWP of Otto has been seen, shot, rings out, lands its tag. Alec going to get killed onto Antivirus. It's just the one start. HG onto Sunko. Flanker inbound as frontside will get a kill onto Barbecue, and the quick swing up from long. Fnatic will get down Otto B. Now it's a 2v3. Favorable towards the T side. They'll put that bomb plant in a default. Incendiary will just land onto that site, so that will force them out of position.
Well, they might as well look to see if anything presents. I think if you're not getting a kill in the next 5 to 10 seconds, you end up saving. You're just hoping that Aerial finds something in this short angle. But right now, no one's over-peaking. This is being really disciplined in the post-plant.
Aerial's just checking slowly. Starts to make his run up to play distraction. There's 2 low HP players on this T side, so not impossible to get the kills in. But as front side peeks up, gets his casualty. Fnatic will peek at the back of contact and deal with the last man. AWP saved an all. An opener for Oramond with a lot of damage done towards HAVU. The money's not looking so hot now.
Well, you definitely don't see that very often. That's a double entry being taken by the City side. The defensive hold, the AWP gets one, the M4 gets another one out from Rab. And the T's are struggling. Eventually, they start answering back with frags, and the late lurk out from long is successful. Dust 2 is one of those maps where I'd even say on a CT point of view, just an opening pick normally gives you about an 80-85% round win percentage. So 5v3 not being converted feels hard done by, maybe, for HAVU.
They lost those man advantages in the last map up as well. They are going to look to find an eco steal in this one, though. TSB kills out of area on Alec. Antivirus gets a triple lineup, though. His teammate AWP can't quite hit the shot onto Otto B. Now has an AK to play with. Meanwhile, Uli out in mid. Molotov sent. Shot still not connecting for Spava. Pass that weapon off towards Antivirus. Sunko not getting peeked upon. Fights the AK going well for the CT player. Now mid to B is locked off. The bomb's been dropped. Otto needs a pretty significant clutch in this one. They're both low coming out of tunnels, and the player in towards mid to B could be a concern. No, it's Barbecue. Jumps up and deals with him. And they just about recover what could have been a bit of a disaster there for Oramond.
Ooh, it is looking quite stressful, I would say, from Oramond on this T side of Dust 2. Compare how clean the rounds were out on Nuke. You've now come into a difficult gun round and then an anti-eco where it's literally USPs and you're down in another 3v5. It's a shame that there's no more still there from HAVU. They definitely attempted. They all tried to swing it. It's that stray bullet that Antivirus gets on the third player. Just unlucky. Sunko going aggressive in towards mid, and he sees absolutely nothing to the beginning of the round.
Smokes up at the right time of the area, but the players are coming in real quick anyway. Kill from him and Pua, combining for the one kill. The second man comes in against Aerials alone. Casualty. Otto B getting Sunko as well towards the short lurk. 4v2 on this post plant. The AWP shot from Barbecue, blind as a bat. Just pre-firing the angle, the entryways towards this tunnel's entrance. Antivirus starts swinging in for casualties, but runs into Otto, and the AWP connects him the same. So HAVU get a third round.
I'll tell you what, the Finns are playing quite well here on Dust 2. They're certainly playing to a much higher level than what we saw at map number 1. And that's a positive sign. You've now got double AWPs that you can work with. You've got double AKs. You've got control of the economy. This could be, let's say, a fairly successful first half. I don't think we're ever expecting Oramond to really struggle in terms of, let's say, a round difference where they're down by quite a margin. But they're being tested. This is not easy.
Indeed they are. You just feel from the level of confidence on the board of the HAVU side that it is a far better showing. Kill from Barbecue still comes up with the kill onto Pua. The broken investment stay outside of him and Antivirus, though. Galil's and Mac 10s overall. It's a positive start for the Oramond camp.
So they've missed the door smoke, and Sunko's going to try and see if he can work off around it. So this is a little cheeky from him individually.
See their presence over towards the short access. They're going to start backing away at the bomb site. Start to reposition, reaggress though. Also with a flashbang forward. Aerial out of check position. Players around the corner, catching one. Over that one man in the cubby. Double up for Aerial, not quite the triple. Teammate fell to the AWP's hands as well. And now the nades. Oh, nicely done. Getting Fnatic and Barbecue extremely low. Frontside's are going to get cut off on the rotations as well. The extension from Uli. Going to catch him in the back. Now Barbecue's got no chance. The HG comes his direction. And he's a dead man walking. That's a very impressive round from HAVU.
Indeed it is, and it's multi-frags coming up. Something that HAVU really struggled to put up on the board was just individual numbers. We've got Aerial getting 2, Uli getting 2, and Oramond will probably look at that circumstance, okay, and say they've aggro taken short, we've won out the trades, all we need to do now is accelerate into the bomb side, and they're just getting hit by a good HE and then Otto B just waiting around. 4-2, about to be 5-2. You can get the feeling that not Inferno's calling yet, but you've got to have it in the back of your minds.
And certainly if Oramond can't get a decent set of rounds here on T. Oh, good shots from frontside. I mean, they're still showing that they are the superior fraggers in the server at the moment. Deagle at range, domed to the head. Uli down, a bit of revenge taken for that 2K in mid last round. Alec. Position in the back of the A-bomb site, front sider. Grouped up with his crew, bomb on his back. There's no real way you can access that rifle. Is dropped very deep in the mid doorway, so Pearl's just going to make sure they don't get it. And we'll protect the mid position from the doorway.
They just need to get the first couple of Glocks in to be that bait, to maybe jump over, get one of the CTs to commit to a spray, and then that's when the Deagle can fire away. It's difficult when they're so long range. Alec is even blocking with a smoke, but he's got a teammate close by towards the car.
Still lines up a kill or two. Eventually double dinked in. The Deagle will take him back. The AWP of Otto lands against the casualty. Bomb recovery, not able to get the site for antivirus. Shut down in the end by the riflers. AK will stay in play for Pearl. Everybody else will be rebuying on both sides. They'll look a little for Barbecue. Trying to fool the AWP no more, which is rather unfortunate considering how well he's been doing with the big green gun.
Will make a difference for sure. Yeah, HAVU have not had too many aggressive approaches. They've not had to fight against a long challenge just yet. They've been playing back, playing quite deep. They even lost one of those picks to the AWPers in the suicide position in the previous gun round when they had the double AWPs. Barbecue. Yeah, just jump spotting to see if there's any aggression out from mid. Now, Otto B should not get a chance of a single shot until this smoke comes in.
HEs will reveal presence for only a moment, and one man back at suicide dived out of the way. HE placement still coming in rather close for them. Otto unaffected by the flashbang, very deep on the A-bomb side, looking down a very deep angle, a crack angle there at short, so couldn't get the shot off. 2 on the A defense. They're starting to put players over on the B presence, and that might be the right call. There's smoke coming in towards short. I thought for a second it was going to cancel that bomb and they started to rotate it away, but they stick around on short.
Well, there's definitely options here for a fake. Try and put some pressure down towards mid. You got a lurker in upper B. Is this a short fake? Is this a mid to B play? It looks as if it's just going to be a fake towards the B bomb side.
Flashing and Molotoving their way, and one man's going to start acting out from mid to B. Otto still holding and waiting for more to come his direction. The Molotov going to confirm the real execution, though. Barbecue caught blinded by that flash. Otto driven out of position in the open. Fnatic, a headshot on the first. Second man, not so much. Uli returning. Otto continuing to frag. He gets one more kill out of the round before he goes down. And Alec from long now needs to see a headshot against him. Frontside attack to 18 points of health. Dink down on that exchange. A bomb plant can just about come in. There are no HGs out to the side, but the Incendiary is going to drive into the open. And at 5 points of health, he's got no chance. Uli locks in number 6 for HAVU.
What a round streak this is turning out to be from the Finns. That was another sequence of a multi-frag. Otto B with the AWP showing up, being able to put some numbers down. And when we look at that round, thinking that there's only 2 A defenders, isn't there? You've only got Alec and Otto B, and between the 2 of them, they get 3 picks. And Aerial, Pura, and Uli were the guys that were rotating up. And, well, Oramond will look at the circumstance that they face right now and say, we might not even get 4 T rounds. We're really struggling here.
Complete polar opposite from the last map. Genuine and true competitiveness here on Dust 2. Tactical pause called in by Oramond. That's how competitive it really has been. It's must be a shock to the system, to the boys.
And I did think that Dust 2 was a bit of a surprise. I was convinced that Mirage was going to come out. It's the highest played map in the pool for them. They pick it in almost every single best of 3. They've got some really good results on it. I think HAVU's Mirage is pretty mid, pretty average. And yet you decide to pick into Dust 2 against an opponent where, yeah, they are playing a lot of weaker teams, but they are still getting a lot of wins on this map recently.
And we talked about the idea of implementing new maps into the pool for Oramond and Mirage. Very frequently played map. A cut above the rest. 26 times in the last 3 months versus Nuke's 14, including the last one. Maybe this one needs a little bit more time in the oven to truly finish up. Because HAVU, as you say, performing well when they get the chance to play Dust 2. Performing well right here and now. The 10-2 at the turn of the half if things go perfect from here. It's a 6-6 opportunity for Oramond, the same on the other side of the board. Engage against Simcoe again, an opening duel. He doesn't quite get the kill in. Eventually the flashbang forward for Alec will get that casualty. Burn a little bit to that Molotov and fall back all the way towards CT spawn in the boxes.
And Frontside has done well with this mid-aggression in the past to cut rotations, to catch players sleeping. Now he's got a lot more players around him this time. They're being silent about the walk.
In the opposition, he'll peek forward and they're ready for it. Wonderfully done by Antivirus to find off Alec. And now Pua and Aerial are pressured. Aerial going to try and hold the tunnels. Pua in the open. Otto B gets an engagement on towards Fanatics. That's one player taken out of the back lines. Aerial and Pua continue to hold those picks regardless. Finally, Aerial's worn down. The front side is on 16 points of health. 1 versus 3 with only 1 more kill found. HAVU's defensive just cannot be broken.
They're just getting minced on all of the site hits. It doesn't matter if they're going B or they're going A. They're just losing so many casualties to the anchors. And right there, Pua, who's probably not shown very much in this series, comes up with 2 kills. Aerial's playing an off angle out there from Big Box. He catches the player in the upper tunnels. He wastes a lot of time, makes it very difficult for Frontsider that's coming in from the window. And HAVU are just playing with a bit of flow state at the moment. This is very positive CS from them.
T presence up towards Longhouse. En masse, all 5. The Warp have just missed the mark against casualties. Barbecue and Sunko can find them beyond that smoke and inside of it, outside of it as well. AWP not missed out from Botto. And finally, the 0 resistance posted by the CT forces. Barbecue can take down Pua to add to his kill tally. And Aerial, no chance of this one. Got to back off. You've got to save the M4 because they really kind of need it here. Despite all the confidence in the streaks for the HAVU cam, the economy is not built up. A lot of these rounds have come down to clutches, come down to 3 casualties. He needs to hold on to this weapon pretty desperately. He'll try to go for 1 exit onto the CT spawn, but now that he's revealed the T's are closing in, 1 being close, fought upon Antivirus, takes a simple headshot, and a 3rd round for his side.
Now, when I think back to my memory about HAVU, especially the iterations where Aerial used to play here and some of the very first teams that Uli was a part of, Dust 2 used to be one of their better maps in the pool. They were actually a very good Dust 2 team in Tier 2. So I wonder if that's maybe a little bit of a helping hand with, let's say, a different lineup, some new foundation players, that it's still towards the better map in the entire map pool. We can see that by the wins that they've taken on it recently. 3 rounds here for the T's, and finally some good long sports.
Antivirus up, Alec trying to engage desperately, manically spraying. Pua similarly desperate of his own, but he gets 2 kills, nearly a 3rd man. Smafaku's down to 2 points of health, dealt with by the likes of Uli, who gets a double up as well. And once again, we return to the meat grinder. HAVU's defense just seems to post up at the perfect moments. Oramond, what a way to get followed up on.
And brute forcing long 2 rounds in a row. Works the first time, and then the second time, it looks like it's being successful. You get the opening kill, but then the CTs just start massing up the damage. Easy multi-frags from 2. And HAVU are putting on quite a statement. And we saw an 8-4 in that first half on Nuke in the reverse. They're now looking like they could do even better. They might get a 9-3 here.
From such an unconfident basis on the first map to, well, this. Complete shocker from the Finns. Oramond Barbecue's kind of gotten a little bit sick and tired of getting beaten in. AWP just charging through that mid-door smoke, hoping he can catch an opening engagement. He might catch a player with a cross. No, shot missed. And the frustration builds for the Poles.
Indeed it is. He knows that that's a sitter. Easy opening pick. At least there's only 2 defenders out on B, but the B holds have looked good in the past.
Smokes on CT will cut the rotations. There won't be a lot of backup coming in real fast here. Aerial engagement. Can't find a casualty. Pua can though. Aerial doubles up. Looks for a double of his own accord. And the transfer to Antivirus's head is stellar. The backstab from Alec will add the cherry on top. A 9-3 half for HAVU.
I can't believe this was 2-2, and then we get one more round in from the Poles. This is meant to be their 2-0. This is meant to be their confidence series to go on the upper bracket run. And instead, Jay, they are getting humbled by the Finns right now.
Shocked, awed, and certainly unexpected. Dust 2 may still be stolen away by HAVU as they seek their survival in the second half. They'll transition over to the T side after the break. What a surprise. What should have been a simple 2-0 for the Oramond camp is still going to look the way of the HAVU side. 9-3 at the turn of the half on Dust 2 on Oramond's own map pick, Dweg. I have a feeling when we go to that third map, it might all rest in the pistol round for the Pole survival.
The Poles need to start getting some momentum, and they need to start getting it in right now. Now, we're looking into the pistol, and it's a pretty defensive line. You've got a player searching out here towards the longhouse. Now, if Sparvacue goes too far, that's where he's just going to get dominated by Pua.
Don't overextend. You've been punished so much on the longhouse positions, he might well do so. The T's, meanwhile, stacking up towards short, only leaving Antivirus on the defensive. Barbecue starts making his moves, and indeed he does get punished. Suddenly, Antivirus is very alone, very afraid, and also very dead. 5-on-3 and instantly execution works wonderful for the Finns.
And now it should be a safe call instantly. You've got CTs that just aren't in rotating positions. Uli's cutting rotations out here from short. You've got a player of Pua that's still maintaining all of that long emphasis. Just no hope. Absolutely none for the retake here.
One pick on Sunko is good towards mid. But they are just so pushed away. Nowhere near the bomb site, nowhere near rotating towards it and all. Ariel will get Fnatic. And Sunko will take down Otto. Those are just exit frags at best for the CTs. The round will not go their way. And even then, only front side up will look to survive. 10-3, HAVU. Again, what a surprise this has become.
Well, this has been the exact outcome that we would have hoped in a series like this, where an underdog team like HAVU, who do have experienced players and have been going for a long time as a 5, just show up in an important best of 3. They got completely out-muled out there in that first map. It was a bit disheartening to see what their nuke actually looked like, but they've come on Dust 2. They're full of energy. Everyone's striking, and the kill distribution just looks perfect.
Maybe attempt to throw spanner into the works here from Oramond. Not quite finding the full amount of success. They've taken out a couple players, but it will remain a couple. Barbecue. Try wrapping way back around towards T-Spawn. Maybe grab one of the rifles, and that might be all she wrote for this one. The round is most certainly going the way of the HAVU side. It's only a scout picked up, but Ganil does get recovered for the man. We've got money going in the bank for the next round, so maybe he might try to look for some sort of exit frag. Retakes are pretty unlikely. Seen and found. Uli. Well, not to go down on this one. There's 2 more to go for HAVU to claim the second map.
And even Inferno calling is that decider. When Overpass, which is the permaban for Oramond, either gets banned by an opposition or it's a weak map, they actually ban a lot of Inferno. And they ban a lot of it in the 3rd wave of the veto, or the 2nd wave once we get into the banning phases. So it's not a great map for the Poles. They've taken a lot of losses on it recently. I just wonder, is there a bit of hope and belief here from Ariel and co, who's just helping the lads out today, just standing in saying, we might be able to cause a bit of an upset in this upper bracket.
I mean, it would be one of the most significant wins we've seen from the board of HAVU in, well, I want to say the last year, or not the last year, like in terms of 12 months, but so far this year at the very least. A very long time since we've seen HAVU do something really special against the top-end Tier 2 team. This could well be that moment. Five on 3 established against them into the longhouse. Alec and Uli are down.
And they had some good spawns. Wanted to go for some early picks and just get put in pretty easily by the M4 and the AWP. Now, Ariel, Otto B, and Pua, they just need to keep contacting. Now, there is a play into B on the cards. I think the player on the backside, a front-sider, is going to pull a lot of distraction away and make Fnatic's job quite easy on this close box.
First contact, damage done. Do check for the boost angle, but Fnatic and front-sider have coordinated this well. AKs to get recovered. 3 of them now in play for the CT side. Well, they'll stave off the map point for now. Comeback is their next key concern here. There's a long way back of that. As much of a way back as there was at one point for HAVU in the last map. 7 to the good at the moment. At least going to sacrifice a round to get the economy going. That means there should be a 5th on the board of Oramond. Especially with Sparkbarbecue hitting shots like that. Seem to be dangerous here when the rifles come back.
That's a lovely shot from Sparkbarbecue. He was giving us some of that raw ability out there on map number 1. And now we're just starting to see a bit of it on Dust 2. And these upgraded pistols are trying to go in with a bit of pace, but no matter where they go, lower tunnels, out to mid, into short, they're just losing a lot of damage and they're losing a lot of players. So it's going to be an easy 5th here for Oramond. Let's just see if they can get any CT casualties.
We have 1. no more than that. One of the AKs drop. I don't think he's going to get it back. No, he will get it back. Okay. And that's all important to the CT side because you're going to need every advantage possible. The rifle rounds, we talk about CTs having T-side weapons, how deadly these AKs can be to them. It might be about to see a sampling of that here and now. HAVU on the full buy up. A WP fight goes neither way. And then allowed to cross, get back in towards mid. Look at the AWP's reposition, in fact. Over to the tunnels, and they're starting to read this here. Oh, they get a shot off Alec. What a wonderful start.
I do still like the confidence, though, from Oramond. I mean, you're 5-11 down. You're probably thinking that you're quite nervous about making plays, but they're being the complete opposite. They're quite happy to go for these extensions. Now, right there from the AWP, it gets just peeked in by a very good shoulder pick. And Alec knows how important that opening kill is with not only dealing with the AWP, but now opening up the mid space so they can flash in from the doors and they can take that map territory away.
Two split for the CT side players and very few rotation angles with the smoke down towards the CT spawn. They're going to try to get aggressive though. Flashbang forward for one player. Swing in, gets in with a kill. Alec goes down. Second man caught looking the wrong way. Front sider has got on the front foot. Aerial now making his own moves out, looking towards the doorway. Fnatic springs the trap back from the car. And what was a man advantage for HAVU has turned into a two-man advantage for Oramond instead.
A lovely sequence from the B players, putting up a lot of damage there. And Sunko hears the footsteps. HE looks pretty good out to the short individuals.
Engagement out towards the long range of antivirus landed a dink off on Uli, I believe. Sunko gets credited with both those kills. His AK finds Otto on the last man. And this is a bit more like it from the Poles.
The problem is it's such a big scoreline difference, isn't it? Even though you've got mass AKs, confidence might be high, AWP's coming through from Sparvacue. All it's going to take is one decent steal, and then you're just on map point for HAVU. So I think this comeback's going to be very difficult.
Well, 5 more to go in it, and freebie in the next round of round 18.
They need to disallow plants. I think that's critical, right? Is that on these, let's say, half buys or even lighter ecos, you just can't allow HAVU to get the bomb down.
There was no buy in the previous round, so it's going to be an easy enough base as this. One antivirus to the Quadra. It's not even a true half buy. They had upgrade pistols and no Kevlar, no utility around it. Stacked in and dropped in an instant. Bomb lost to the last player. Hard as well by the CT forces, so mid presence. Good shot onto antivirus. That's one pick. Second man, not so much. So max loss bonus now for the HAVU camp. Building into another buy state. No bomb plant bonuses allowed. Not like it'll matter for the interim.
Now, HAVU just need to make sure that they're not getting picked in by more aggressive AWP setups. I think that's got to be what they're considering with Sparvacue. Is he getting up there, boosted with the AWP towards short, maybe? Is he looking for more mid challenges? We definitely don't want to be fighting him early. Now, Otto B is just spotting for aggression towards the lower tunnels. And instead, it is a play towards the lower tunnels. Fnatic somehow baits the shot, does not lose his life.
Crosses successfully. Meanwhile, 2 more CT players to make their moves in towards the top end of mid. And Sunko drops the bomb with it. Puat forcing forward. Molotov's going to get both players to fall back. Barbecue is providing cover with the AWP. We're now putting A's down towards lower. That's a small tag onto Alec. And now the main focus turns into a much more passive and standardized defensive 5-on-4 advantage for Oramond here.
Now, HAVU can't really retake long, so what they're going to have to do is pressurize mid and go up short. Sparvacue does not get baited, and he's still searching. Even though they're a man up, they're still quite keen on trying to work another one.
Have to be careful they don't over-search, though. He'll have to come to them eventually, and Alec is going to try and prove the point. Flash over towards the mid doorway, will smoke off. Fnatic leaned in with a flashbang support of his own right. 2 players seen there towards mid. Bombs now on the short position. HE well placed onto Aerial. He's tagged up. AWP shot unblinded by the flashbangs coming in from the T side line. Second one doesn't even affect him all that much. Player back at Goose will burn. Sunko is dead to rights. The smoke couldn't come in time from his teammate, but it doesn't matter. Barbecue still got the kills. 4-on-2 against his opposition, and another nade landed perfectly towards Uli, driving him back from that bomb plant with 22 seconds and counting. Finally, a kill returns on Antivirus, but the AWP is posted. Sees his head, doesn't land that flick, but now the cavalry has arrived. Back up of 2 men. Can try and deny the bomb plant from here. Otto trying to hunt for them. Shot onto Fnatic. Uli burns to 14 points of health. Now they go to the automatic weapons. They know they've got the health advantage.
They're going to put another incendiary down. He's got to move.
Otto gets ahead of the curb here. Are they going to expect him? They think he's on central side. No, they don't. Barber looking the wrong way. Front side gets one. But Otto's AWP lands the headshot with the wall bang and all. And that is the map point that HAVU are looking for.
What a round coming out of Otto B. And I've got to be real there, Jay. There was nothing going for the T's. They lost an opening pick quite early on. They are getting challenged out here from short. It's a 5v3. That smoke just comes in too late. The Goose player needed to swing out earlier. And then Otto B just starts one after the next. What a shot that is against Frontsider. Oh, the Poles are going to be gutted because I think they've played really well in these last handful of rounds. They've really shown some critical nature when pressure's on to be able to perform. And that was set up for everything. That was set up for another easy round, and instead it's been stolen right at the end.
Yeah, definitely superior on CT side. But down a 9-3, 11-3, and eventually 12th comes in for HAVU. Just too difficult, too far of a deficit to bring back. In the end, it'll work out like this. 5 rounds of the good once again on HAVU. A full-blown comeback to overtime required out of Oramond. Barbecue. Oh, losing the AWP battle. Otto B's turning up for another good round. Top fragger for his side. And an advantage for HAVU that may secure Dust 2.
Aerial is just getting flashed around the corner, and what they're going to find when they exit short is there's no A player. They've gambled quite heavily on the rotation because of that opener.
HG's incendiaries tried to block. Don't do much in the grand scale of things. The T's are already in. 3 of them extending to elbow. HE damage will just wear down the HP margins. Oramond down a player for this retake. They're flashing in early. Otto B is going to catch the AWP. Antivirus and Sunko with 2 returns for a 3-on-3. Seeing players from range, but Otto's not done. Another good pick alongside Alec in his own kill. Last man of Ram. So much damage is done, but he can't get any of the players to drop. And so it's all over for Dust 2. HAVU take it 13-7 and send us to our 3rd map.
Otto B can be credited with a lot of that late game impact to get the game over the line. And funny enough, Jay, around the summer of 2023, I actually got to watch Otto B live play in one of the Epic Lands in the UK scene. He was playing with Dutchy and Wolfie and had Cappy, which was another Finnish guy that came abroad. And you just got to see a young player that was really sharp, really aggressive as an AWPer, and then slowly started progressing up the local scenes to now a HAVU matchup where he was a takeover player. I mean, that's what you want to see. An underdog team not only performing with a map win, but having a player that was outclassing the server.
Yeah, he was just mental on all accounts. Yes, he didn't end up as the top fragger for the HAVU's, for the whole server, but certainly for the HAVU side, he delivered on the impact and the numbers. And now considering this here, Dwag, we've just seen Oramond lose on a map that they picked into, yes, but overall they're not that comfortable on it. We're going into Inferno, which is also not a comfortable affair for Oramond. Does that start to indicate this actually could be a big upset for the Finns?
Look, it certainly can be. I'll look at this and say that from a map perspective, HAVU are the favourites. Going into Inferno, I've seen a lot more from the Finns on this map than I have from the Poles. However, I've seen a lot more from Oramond in general, right? Not just this tournament, but last 3 months, how they've conducted themselves in the Tier 2 environment. I still think that they're a good enough team to close on this decider. They've pushed the veto in a way that they get over Inferno as a decider, so I think it's up to them now to lock in and just not allow themselves to perform to, let's say, this level that they demonstrated out on Dust 2.
What was supposed to be an open and shut series has now become a lot more murky. HAVU have blown the case wide open and sending us to a 3rd and final map. Inferno will decide if they can progress in the upper bracket or whether Oramond truly are the favourites. After this short break, we return with our final game of the day.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting, but not enough is raining on me. Maybe I should give it all up. How much more can I take? Out here singing to the heavens. When I gonna get my break? I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. How will I get out of the jungle? Everybody wanna stop me. 10 more steps up the mountain. Now everybody's looking for me. Spend my life in the desert till something changed inside of me. Now I'm flying over oceans. Everybody looking at me. I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Full power, get louder. I'ma get stronger, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. When they hear my song, just watch me. Every hour, no doubter. I can run this town. Somebody give me the key. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, I can run this town. No more doubt about me. Oh, I can run this town. Oh, don't you know I got the
Sometimes you gotta pray for a victory. Yeah, I'm overzealous when I'm thinking about the cash flow. I never had no handouts, just came natural. I've been tested so much, all these wrestlers nice. All these different situations that I've been through. I seen pain trying to creep in through the window, but now I'm sliding through the hood in a benzo. You gotta separate yourself just to elevate. I keep some drink in my cup to see through the hate. Sometimes on the road to glory, you gotta press the brakes. I got a lesson plan for all my past mistakes. I swear I'm proud of all my best and my worst days. Proud of on my feet when I touch the ground. Front of 8 at Beijing, man, they know the sound. I know I made mistakes, but my mama proud. Fans scream my lyrics out in the background. They ain't know me then, but I'm hot now. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. I'm faced with a lot of different choices these days. Do a rock and roll Lex account of Blueface. The whole world know my name off a mixtape. I still got the same brothers since 6th grade. G-Wagon red seats, we on Biscayne. Trips to the Florida Keys, we imported these. Thanking God for the life he afforded me. All this jewelry on my body, I could light the hood. I need a brown skinned chick just like Megan Good. Holding up every promise that I ever made. Music in the background, it's a serenade. Been rapping 10 years, boy, this ain't a phase. I paid dues, paid rent, and I stayed the same. I had teardrops running down my face. I've been through a lot, I had real pain, but thank God, cause we really on a better days. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. They say life's a gamble, you gotta roll the dice. I risked a lot of different things just to live this life. When you down bad, you gotta pay the price. I've been through hell and back just to live this life. What's a life without sacrifice? Sometimes you gotta thank God and just roll the dice. Pacino.
I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my till my speaker calm. I'll keep going 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 till my speaker calm. Till my speaker calm. I'll keep going 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 till my speaker calm.
Not so simple for the Poles anymore. HAVU may now have a chance to upset here in the upper bracket of ECL Season 51. It's Inferno to decide it all. Who moves forward in this bracket and who moves down to the lower bracket here. And Oramond, I don't think they want to be down there, Blake. You just said a moment ago that they could well be within that top 4. And I think to make it then that far, you probably want to get this win right now.
Yeah, you definitely do. And on a map that's been struggling for not only the last few officials, but for quite a while. Now, they've won 1 out of their past 5, whereas HAVU have won 4 out of their past 5. We've seen the Finns only play this map twice in 2026, whereas Oramond have played it 5 times. Yes, the competition is a lot higher. I think you just look at the most recent officials that Oramond have taken. They've played Favbet and Ecstatic and Sashi, Magic. A lot of teams that are reputable in Tier 2, a lot of names towards a higher end. And HAVU don't have any wins against good teams. Look at their entire track record and it doesn't blow me away. However, look at Dust 2. That was the exact same case, right? They were getting wins against lower level squads and they performed to a very adequate level out here in this best of 3. So I think for HAVU, the chances of an upset, it looks quite good right now.
I would concur. Like, just the fact of the matter is how much red you see. Like, as you mentioned, 1 out of the last 5 played, and also 3 out of the last 12 played in general for the last 3 months on the Oramond side. Like, there's very, very few wins on the board on this Inferno map up. So, just considering how well these players performed on HAVU in the last map up, considering how well Otto performed in that last map up, I have a lot of faith in the fact that he could deliver some absolute seriousness in this matchup. And I imagine as well that Otto is going to take the MVP for that last map. Again, he was unbelievable for his side.
He played very well, and unfortunately, we might not see that same level of performance on the final map because it's Inferno, right? I think it's not really a great map for AWPers. Yeah, there's a little bit in ya on the CT side to be able to generate the big green, but you're just not going to see it on the T side. So I think it's going to be a lot heavier on the rifle pack department. Now, for Oramond, I was kind of starting this series by saying that it was a little bit on the weak side for HAVU. They're picking into Nuke. It's really good for the opposition. We then have a little bit of a surprise for Dust 2 pick rather than a Mirage. Well, what about the back end of the veto? Oramond's permaban is normally Overpass, but because Anubis has come in recently, they're starting to ban a little bit of Anubis, and they had to have Overpass as that second ban, so they couldn't ban this Inferno. So for Oramond, they know that teams are already getting upset in the upper bracket. We just saw Sparta 2-0 the likes of Alliance. It was another team that I thought were going to go on very deep in the upper bracket campaign. So if they're looking at, let's say, Alliance as one of the only teams that would maybe threaten them in this side of the bracket, going deep into an upper bracket semi or an upper bracket final, then they've got to look at themselves and say, well, we can't go down to the lowers as well.
Yeah, I mean, look, because the fact of the matter is that you probably were expecting that at some point you would face off against this Alliance side, maybe in the quarters or semi-finals, and the fact of the matter is that you are looking at those kind of level of oppositions and saying that now that might be the match we take onto elimination. That could be the match that we fight for our lives in. We don't really want to be in that position. So when you have such a massive mismatch, when you have a game like this against HAVU where it should have been 2-0, where you haven't pushed the distance, where you probably shouldn't have been pushed the distance, you now have to lock in and really say, right, that was a blunder, that was a blip on the radar. Now we're ready to take this series right here on Inferno. I don't know, it's just something in the air feels right about it for the HAVU side. Knife round may be important to them here. Do they really need to start off CT to have a chance to win the series?
I don't think there's going to be a huge amount of difference on who wins knife rounds on a map like Inferno. I think the T to CT isn't a huge amount of bias like it can be in some of the other maps. I think for HAVU, it's just whether they can come out of the gate swinging like they did on Dust 2. They were very successful early, and I think that helped with the momentum of the game to really disrupt the favorites. They need to come out on Inferno and start winning some early rounds. Now, Aerial in some of those B holds in particular was looking really good. Was doing a lot of multi-frags. Otto B definitely delivered with that orb. And the kill distribution for almost the entirety of Dust 2 was really tight by the Finns. It wasn't one player carrying by a country mile or one player really struggling individually.
Well, let's see whether that 4-man, 5-man unit can apply themselves appropriately. It's time for the final map of our series today. From Nuke to Dust 2 to Inferno. The final time between HAVU and Oramond. Pistols alive. HAVU get the CT side start things and go forth into the pistol round with a standard set to USPs. No jewelries for anyone. And same story as well for the T side. Only Glocks out for them.
Would not be good for the VRS at all for an Oramond side that are trying to target top 40 to lose to a team like HAVU, that's for sure. Uli posted on an extremely tight angle out here from long. It's going to be a quicker play and a very fast short wrap here by the T's.
Uli spots them, gets out of the way, into the arches, sees that bomb carrier, will call him back up immediately. You can see those two CTs rotating rather fast. Uli does draw out first blood though. Fnatic is down and out. Otto gets his kill. Aerial also engages frontsider, and Otto B continues to work them down. Aerial caught with the default boxes. The bomb carrier is seen on site. Spartacus only good for the one frag before he's also dropped quickly. And that is a solid pistol win for the Finns.
Well, they definitely wrapped the A-bomb site, and they generated a lot of space, but they didn't generate a lot of kills, did they? And they come in from long, and they lose the fight to the arch player of Uli. They wrap in from Moto. They get trapped in the bomb side. The short players that need to clear out that apartment side, the balcony, the pit, they also are very much unsuccessful. And straight away from HAVU, they look with not only a pistol win, but also the anti-force buy. This is, or an anti-eco. It's going to be a very easy round number 2 for them.
Been passive as you like it to be. Said earlier, they're not really too aggressive buying on the Polish side. Demonstrated it in the last map, they demonstrated here and now. The SMG can get a couple of easy frags together, so a lot of money game with the MP9. We'll also get 2 of his own for pull up. That smoked with his teammate, not quite. All good in general for HAVU. 2-0 start, another pistol win, conversion win. It's now their 4th pistol victory in these series maps. 4 out of 5. AK's in for the T side though. In the last 2 halves, they have been able to win the opening rifle round. Let's see whether HAVU can change that narrative.
Now, Otto B sees contact out to T-Ramp, but he's not been given an opportunity to fight for a pick just yet. Being filtered out, scared about boiler pressure, anything coming in from second mid quickly. And they've cleared up a lot of banana because it's just completely respectful. No player at the brooms, nothing out there towards the logs. And going into the first gun round, there's absolutely no contact. There's not even util damage.
And the smoke's in towards the top of the arches and top of banana. Now map control for HAVU. Noise being generated by Alec May. Forced not to look the way of Pua if they go through that smoke. It will start to clear. Meanwhile, over on the A-bomb site, a little bit of apps control and a bit of point on the T. Sunko gets swung upon by Pua. Double up secure with Alex support. The M4 continues to weigh against him. The bomb has been dropped. Spartacus finally gets a response, but the damage is so heavily done towards him. Alec will fall back because he's done his job.
And Frontsider has not been able to catch a timing on any of these players towards the A-bomb site. Early close range does get caught. So that just keeps the defenders at bay. Now, you've only got one individual out here on B, but there's still a rotation room to come in quite quickly from Otto B with that AWP, and he can try and support with util.
Smokes to the cross, however, will not now until we get a shot easy. Bomb plant to be secured. I can hear it. Swing out wide with flashbang support. One man gets blinded in the back lines back towards New Box. Fnatic will strike a tag, but not a kill. Third man is on the way for both sides here. Aerial still stuck in one. He's wary of some sort of late lug, but now Frontsider has joined the fray. Otto, his AWP can't find anything, and in the end they decide to fall back and save. Only one kit in play for Aerial, and even Otto nearly goes down. But they keep the guns in the next round. And the first is on the board of Oramond.
What a shame. That was a serious holdout towards B, wasn't it? That was just so much damage against the banana players. It was looking so promising. You get the first kill in from Pua, Alec gets another one, and then they just keep filtering back, but it was that lurk from Frontsider out towards the apartments that not only tipped the rounds, but also wasted so much time. You could see that there was a CT, I think it was Aerial, was still trapped towards that A-bomb site because he was wondering at what point that lurk was going to come. So the first round comes through from Oramond, and it is a very good recovery from them.
Indeed it is. No major aggression from HAVU against these defaults set in by the T side. The prods will be carefully considered. The shots of Fnatic coming in on Otto B, reading his positional. Beyond that smoke, blind as a bat, damage on the Sunko, and Antivirus can respond back towards the B bomb site, but similar onto Alec, the 36 HP he goes. Now they can start working banana control.
And now Frontsider knows I need to show up just like that last round, catch good timing, try and keep players at bay, because everybody else is going elsewhere. We've got 4 players packed into B. Now Pua probably needs a couple of kills, otherwise this round's over. No one's in rotating positions.
Smoke to the cross, Molly to the backside, Pua's M4. The spray, Sunko down. Engaging at the next man is Antivirus. He gets that kill together with Uli support of the AWP. Frontsider will drop on the lurk. So it leaves it at a 2v3 defend off in the post plants. Barbecue's taking a lot of map control away as well. And they are so tagged up across 2 players of the CT board. Well, they read Barber. Might not have to. He swings in directly for the kill. Teammate also pushing in towards the church here. Trying to bait Aerial to over-aggress. In the end, Fnatic is going to take down Alec as Barbecue goes dropping in turn. 1v1, and it goes up for Fnatic. 3K to his name, and a second to the board of the T side.
Now, Oramond might look a bit uncomfortable right now, but at least they're grinding T rounds up, because that's only going to give them an easier advantage going into the second half. Now, I think both of those site hits, we've seen man disadvantages here for the T side. It was good work out from Pua. He does excellent work to get to, waste a lot of time. There's an AWP pick that comes down towards the A-bomb site against the lurk, but they just can't get that finishing blow. They can't quite win that clutch against Frontsider. I do like the aggression out towards Tree. I think when you're in a 2v3 on that B-bomb site and you know that you've got time to fight against those rotators, you want to try and take space away. You want to get up close and personal.
Quick in for Barbecue, wasting no time. The AWP has to take a quick shot back, and now they're going fast in from long. Bombs there with him. UMP into the apartments of Aerial, getting a kill. Frontsider Otto and his AWP finds a returning fight. 5-on-3, making it forward. Barbecue's trade, but Aerial and Uli are not done. Trades are fantastic. And Alec will get the last on Susunko. Defensive holds well against the fast pace of the Oramond. HAVU up on the vantage again.
And HAVU have played better as this series has developed onwards. They were really quiet out there on map number 1. They showed a lot more on Dust 2. And now on Inferno, you can very much say they probably could be 5-0 here. With how the start of the rounds have gone out, they've won every single opening man advantage. They've just lost it a couple of times in the post plants. And right there, it's just chaos. So much quicker from the Ts. And their money is pretty crap. I mean, yes, they've got themselves an AK, but this could be a 5-2 here from HAVU.
Sounding very familiar to the start of Dust 2. Pistol conversion won by HAVU, 2 to return from Oramond, and then the runaway scoreline ended up 7-2 before Oramond got their next round on a 9-3 opening half. And if they can do that again here and now, I don't see a way in which Oramond will be able to bring this back. That's why it's such mass importance around this force buy. They need to get a success. Barbecue will be in the back lines. Tech9 will enter first, flashbanging for Pua. Sees one, takes him, transitions that spray the double, and sees that third play before the smoke blooms in the end. Antivirus can take his deagle back. Otto also caught an AWP pick on Frontsider. Once again, there were 3-on-2 to that overextension towards the front of the cross. And there's potential still in this retake.
Antivirus is going to try and get on the other side of that smoke. He wants this duel against at least one CT player.
As the smoke clears. Out in the open, exposed. Tech9 and Fnatic gets 1 kill. Aerial returns fire. Antivirus unknown. Now he easily takes the engage, but he's off on his crosshair placement. The spray goes awkward, and Uli takes him down for a 4th round for HAVU.
And a win in this best of 3 from HAVU would send them from 74 to 70 on VRS and send Oramond from 45 to 49. We know in the next round they'll have Gen 1 to play, who just defeated the likes of the Portuguese in a pretty easy 13-9 on Anubis and a 13-2 on Dust 2. So a very comfortable series against MPK and co. Try and level up as we go on in the upper bracket run. This is a positive sign for the Finns. It's been a very long time since you and I have cast them, and let's even say we've been satisfied with the overall performance.
Yeah.
They're definitely not the team they used to be, but the way that they've shown the level today, I definitely can be pleased.
I mean, the way that they've shown the level across this series, because remember, it started out on Nuke, and that was a complete disaster for them. picked into it, and Oramond, you never really want to do that. 13-5, and now here we are, winning out 13-7s on your opponent's map pick, and now 4-2, looking to go 5-2. And hoping to repeat another 7-2 advantage over the team overall. Very possible that becomes a reality for the HAVU camp. The Eagles on front sider, Antivirus and Fnatic. P250 for Sunko, the Eagle striking out towards the apartments is going to reveal. Force the AWP with a peek away for a moment, but as he peeks back in, lands that leg shot, so Fnatic's given no chance.
Frontside is hoping to catch one of these Apps players, but it's Aerial that's not giving him very much. He's playing so many off angles out from the balcony.
Engage from Uli, takes him down. Secondary, tertiary, not quite secure. Actually does get it in the end. Aerial takes the other man. That is a perfect round from HAVU. No man took damage. All 5 alive. And the rifles return for the T side.
And it is really crazy that you've got someone like Aerial who's legitimately not played for 9 months. He's just not had a single official ever since he left Yano. And he can come in and he looks pretty stable. I think he played quite well on Nuke. He played all right on Dust 2. He's playing to a decent level on Inferno. And that's what you want from a veteran stand-in that used to play for this organization. Oramond bring a bit more pace here in towards the brackets by the looks of it. They're going to get a boost up for the AWP towards Banana.
Quick in the brackets, front sider, Fnatic. Move together in HG's. Won't deliver any damage towards the 2 men, although HAVU will be happy to put them out there. Standardized utility sets. Defend against the incoming onslaught. 4th man also joins them on the rotation. Smokes. Head of Pua. Block him off. It might leave an isolated duel for Alex to take. Spam down at that position with a flashbang in. Gets that kill. Area with a follow-up front sider trying to enter. Uli at the mini pit will get a kill. Get together on a double. As long as Pua holds the bomb site, which he will. 6-2. HAVU. The defensive locks in again.
Now, if you're not believing in this upset and steal, then you're obviously not watching the game. This is on, mate. You can feel it in the server, the way the rounds are concluding, some of the flash plays, how they're playing off of one another. Oh, the writing is on the wall. Oramond are going to be sent down to this lower bracket.
How do you even argue against it? State of affairs. Looks so good for them. No bomb plant bonuses, no force buys truly available to them, none that can really do much. Tech9's the Eagles hoping for a miracle round out of Oramond. And this should be that half advantage. Orpa pressured a little bit in the apartments. They can't take the kill for it, and Aerial will be there to support.
It's very defensive against the upgraded pistols, which is the right way to play these kind of rounds. You don't want to be losing bodies early. Sparvacue just takes a bit of a contact, and Otto B is just going to search now. He's seeing nothing out from the brackets with that AWP towards short.
Five seconds on the clock. Shot from Otto doesn't quite connect. Now they make the moves in. It's the second kill on frontsider. Even peeks in for a secondary out to the apartments. He does get Fnatic. Aerial only good for the 1 pick. There's a couple of rifles and a bomb plant to be secured here. They've got Kevlar as well for the 2 men. Let's see if they can make something out of this.
The util on the retake isn't great here from the CTs, but at least they've got this Apps player. Now, you'd expect a bit of distraction can come in from short. And that AWP is pinned. They've got to try and bait Sparvacue.
They do so, but they lose Pura in the exchange for it. Kill found easy. Flashes don't affect him. Shot misses out though. Sunko on site, picked up, but Uli is taken out on the backlines. Alec gonna have to force the issue out towards the gap in the fence, looking through the broken wall, but Sparvacue's no scope doesn't connect. Alec has just barely got enough time for this defuse, I think. Oh, it'll be close. but it's his. 7-2 for HAVU.
And I'm just looking on HLTV, Jay, to think, when was the last time that HAVU legitimately beat a decent N Tier 2 team? Now, I'm talking about a high-end squad that we would consider in a winnable position for trophies. And I'm dating back to past 3 months, nearly 4 months ago, on the 23rd of October last year, when they faced off against Ecstatic in, funny enough, the opening game of the last ECL Cup. It went down to a third map decider, and they were able to win in double overtime and just got over the line against Nut and TMB. I'm looking at this one thinking it's been so long. Just 4 months until you've beaten a legitimate contender, and it's comfortable. It's been quite an easy showing on both Dust 2 and Inferno.
And again, we started this series looking so dominant for Oramond that it's a bit of a shock to the system. Did not expect this at all today. But it seems to be what reality has in store for us.
And the beauty of Tier 2 is that anyone can beat anyone on one good given day, one good performance, one lacked performance from an opposition.
Any given Monday. Uli smokes up. HE's coming in against the T side line. It's Ariel with the first blood. Frontsider trades him right back. They can't really fast that man onto Mini Pit. Eventually they do get him. And the bomb plant will look to get secured. Alec, Otto, Pua, AK, Orp, M4 outside of the bomb site, rotating in from B. Decide to hold back and save their weapons. I'm in the right call here.
Haven't seen too many defenses where HAVU have had 3B. It's normally been 3A, so it was a bit of a weakness. And it's actually another case where we're not getting a multi-frag. I think the majority of Dust 2 rounds and Inferno ones on the CT side, every time there was a site hit from Oramond, we were just seeing a multi from someone. Ariel only gets one. He's really struggling out there from the mini pit with all them flashes. And then Uli, that was actually on the balcony, just doesn't get anything at all. So a third round comes in, and I mean, they needed that one. This is a good survival round from Oramond.
Oh, where will it go from here? 2 more rounds and a half. And could well turn into a 7-5. But on Dust 2, it ended 9-3. And again, eerie in the similarities between the two map ups. 7-2 and 7-3 deficits. Will history repeat itself for the second time tonight? T-side. Heavy-handed towards mid once again. The brackets control, leaving only Otto. Flashbangs against the CT forces, heavy-handed towards the B bomb site. The AWP shot rings out first up for Otto. B connects on the first player of Sunko though. Player up in the apartments and balcony will drop off, will be heard as well. Smokes in, will block that AWP. Flashbangs don't quite connect. The M4 gets his kill together. Fnatic with a trade back. They don't know where Otto is. He's inside that smoke, will get caught by Sparvacue in the end. They've brought it to a 3-on-3 this time. Can they work the retake here?
Just so many short explosions, round after round here from Oramond. They've just been leaving the B bomb site completely. Now the util, you've got Pur with an incendiary. They need to get frontside, and that's going to be the difficult kill.
Early's nailed it up here towards Moto.
Oh, it's
Incendiaries
missed.
don't land over at the broken wall. Flashbang over, we turn away from Barbecue. Who's going to make his way forward, and frontsider can take him. Seeing the second player as well. Shots on immediately towards Alec. And Uli's got to fall back and save his gun. No choice in the matter. Have to keep it in for the final round of the half because Oramond have found that fourth. 2 rounds in a row, they went a 3B setup. And both of them conceded intros.
Schoolboy error with that incendiary. If that lands out there towards a pit, it's a free kill, isn't it? Frontside is forced out to the open. You'd expect that Alec out there in the apartments is going to get an easy one. You just can't afford to be missing util in a critical round. And when you're retaking in a 3v3, we see the outcome of what happens. Oramond are just about surviving. And I will say, if they can get it to 5 on T-side, they'll be satisfied because there's enough rounds to work with there. They're just not going to be happy with the performance. And they've not played to... Well, I don't know. Are they maybe playing to what we expect? I mean, their Inferno's not great. The Inferno record is really poor recently.
I mean, insofar as in front of the map, I mean, it's certainly exceeding expectations. In terms of Oramond being a team compared to HAVU, yeah, this is looking a lot more like it. Yeah, and there were heavy favourites in this series from the word go, so much so we had it down as a 2-0 at the start. The favour of the Poles. Still down by 3 rounds, need to make one more back up at the turn of the half. Last rifle set to do it, weakened in Pua for the HAVU camp. Otto's AWP still in play, M4's about it. This time 3 players leading to A site with a lot of apartments aggression coming in from them as well. Might isolate that one lurker of front side. That might send them back into the B site instead. M4 positioned to the crossfire. And the AWP just waits for him to move.
Well, they've been targeting this short and apps play for so many rounds now on the T side that the CTs have had enough. They want to adjust the setup. But how patient are you? How long do you wait for? Frontsider is not even jiggled. He's not made any noise. He's not activated.
Utility sent in towards that B bomb site, and they think it's all a ruse right here. The lurker may also give up his life, which might indicate exactly what they're hoping for, but he's got an inkling about this apartment's pressure. This one fight could be decisive to how the round goes, but it might not come in time. Finally, the AWP engages, and that might have to send them going now. Oramond, quick to the B play. Alec and Pua feel the pressure against them, and the flashbangs will try and counteract Molotovs. Get involved with that when a second flashbang goes over, and they are driven back by it from us. Engages, sees them all. Ariel can get one of those picks. That tactical will get back one of his own. Uli and Alec continue to strike back. It leaves it all onto Sunko. Bomb picked up, 1v2. Backstabs and backlines held by the CT forces. AK can't engage, so Otto swings on the strike and does make it a better advantage. 8-4 for HAVU.
That's a vintage showing coming out of HAVU. That was clean, that was consistent, and they'll be really happy with how they've displayed themselves. Now moving into the second half, the threat's on. This is a best of 3 that can definitely be stolen by the underdogs.
And Oramond will need to do everything in their power to avoid that. You mentioned VRS, you mentioned the lower bracket. All sorts of things can work against Oramond if this series does not go their way. The upset is real. Can they get it done? We'll find out after the break.
I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my till my feet become. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. Till my feet become. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become blown. I'll keep going till my feet become
We are game on in the ESL Challenger League between Oramond and HAVU. HAVU have a serious chance to maintain the biggest upset of their run thus far. Pistols live for the final half of this map up and this series. Julie's in for SparVQ. Upgrades to Sunko and Otto on the other side of the board. T side for HAVU. It's spread out careful, looking for the opening pick.
Well, you're begging the NB, and it has to come off of a search. Now, this is a very heavy bracket setup. Double long, double short, with Sunko basically being that rotator of helping out short, but then also spotting the apartments. Now, it's a group up towards Banana, and it does look to be a B exec. But as I say that, there's a resmoke from SparVQ, but there's also a counter rotation. The CTs are getting a vibe on this.
Seen and heard nothing to the A bomb site. Intuition has driven HAVU out here. The smoke's come up a little bit early, but it does mean that Sunko, Fnatic, and Antivirus can rotate quickly in towards the cross. They look to go. SparVQ draws out first blood. Fnatic also looks to strike back with a double of his own. Otto and Ariel trying to trade. PSP on the site has run out of ammo, but Otto's run out of HP. 1 point to his name. Uli needs to step up and get these 3 kills together. He's seen one man back towards New Box. May have an inkling of the player also at Coppins. Check the cross. Try to engage. Jump face. Cost him his life. And Otto's got nothing left in this one. No idea where to look. No idea if there's a backstab coming in. And a run back and save his Kevlar. Bomb's not with him. There's no plant on A. Doesn't make a damn bit of difference. Pistol win for Oramond.
Now, Otto B was hoping to catch one of those rotators in from brackets. Now, if the CT's back off here, they could actually try and kill him after time. Unfortunately, they're too far forward, so eventually they will get him. And, well, for Oramond, it just has to be said that that read, wherever it came from, whether it was a gut feeling or it was just the knowledge of an anti-strat, they got themselves in the right players at the right time. And when you're stacking up the B bomb site against an exec, it's nearly impossible for the T's to crack it open.
It was a must-win round for Oramond's campaign. Sets up the economy. Staves off HAVU's return. And adds to this mid-match where they started to look a lot more cohesive, a lot more competent. Still 3 to make up with the force buy inbound from the T side, wasting little time to get into bracket. Smokes over at Moto. Abs pop, not necessarily for the actual players. No one out there. It's towards short. Alec, first to fall. Fnatic, Sunko, SparVQ. Locked down the side defensive. There's nothing found by the T side here.
Now, let's just remember what happened in the second half of Dust 2, okay? We saw a very much one-sided half. It was, what, 11-3 at one point for HAVU. But then we started seeing some real good dominance in the polls. They had about 4 gun rounds in a row that looked as if they were unstoppable. It was Otto with the clutch that denied, basically, the opportunity to bring that back any further. Now, if the CTs can find that kind of form, if Oramond can get themselves into how they were playing back then you feel as if they might start targeting quite a few rounds in a row and slowly start shifting this scoreline in their favor.
It was 11-3 when they started to G up that comeback in the previous map. It's a much more manageable scoreline difference this time. Not off the table to return to the lead and try and take this map overall in this series. Be a bit heartbreaking to HAVU, who have done extremely well in these last 2 maps. Their fate hasn't been sealed just yet, though. It's only an eco round 15. A couple of Deagles brought in by a few players. Seeing whether Ariel and Co can find a pitch back. The nice smoke down cancels the aggression coming in towards this banana position. Antivirus will just burst through on the sprays. And both sides will take some damage.
He's just playing anti-flash, but there's no util. Now, you can think here from SparVQ, mate, try and upgrade as much cash as you can and then just decide to get rid of that MP9 and get it AWP up in the next round.
Quick in, SparVQ. There's a FMR slow down more players out in that one. $7,500 for Sparva in the end. Still can afford the AWP. Everyone can afford the AWP if they want to. You're right. Sparva Q going to get right up to the weapon. The AKs are out for the HAVU T side. First gun by of the half. All important one. To defend the lead for HAVU. Oramond to take that lead away.
Now, HAVU have got to try and get in with a bit of an opening pick. Now, Barbecue is going very aggressive. Oh, you can see it. Oh, you can feel the kill was coming.
It's a phantom kill. Didn't happen, but you feel like it did. Timing was just so perfect for the man on the receiving end. The teams are lucky to be in a 5-on-5 right now. Taking some damage to utility across several players. Minimal damage done. The overall chip just away as Otto aerial Poe and Uli. 84 HP at best. Flashes forward. We'll start to get this banana access antivirus. Hearing the footsteps will put that smoke down. One of the second round in play as well. We'll also have a smoker frontside if required, but they're not going to commit towards the B hit here on the tees.
The highest rated player for map 1 and map 2 combined for Oramond. 3-12 here on the decider. He's found it quite tough. HAVU have been filtered out of Banana and are going to start pressurizing this A bomb site. Now, Sunko that's deep in the bomb site and Fnatic out there to mini pit. They're going to be the key players.
Oh, collateral tag there from Sparva. Ariel on 9, Pooh now on 23. Sunko now takes some damage as the short players try and act here. Alec is moving in for some flashbangs to get them through that smoke, but there should be easy pickings of those two low speed players. 2-for-2 trades overall. Sparva on site, only good for the one pick. Uli can take him down and Alec can plant that bomb. That SMG was considering a push forward. And he's going to have to wait inside that cubby corner, wait for backup, front side with the rifle.
Never easy for an MP9 on a retake, especially long range. You need this M4 to help you out because Antivirus is completely trapped in Moto right now.
And they're so focused on the long entrance that they might not even account for the apartments here. Alec, attention drawn. AK of Uli, I think, is now looking towards short. Yes, he's going to check the up. So he'll try and spray. It's all from both sides. Frontsider gets away with that pick in the end. Low HP against both the EC players. And Alec will get the first and the second. Locking an all-important 1v2 clutch. Saving the AWP as well for the T side, who are now up to 9.
And that setup was just on the money for the CTs, okay? The AWP gets a collateral. They're blocking with an incendiary towards short, a moto smoke. That round is literally unlosable for the CTs. They've got so many players in and around the bomb site. And then, I mean, what's even happening here? How is Frontsider going down to 21 points of health? He should get that kill cleanly against Uli. He's not even looking at him out there in the graveyard.
Tactical pause. Called in by Oramond now because the threat is reapplied by the Finns. But this could still be a swing opportunity in their favour. Both economies we dipped into. They've got a lot of savings to work up a decent 4-buy round on the CT side. Not supporting the AWP with it, though. HAVU lost all but one player in that last round. Galils have to be brought back. Round 17. It's going to be a huge one for both sides.
Quite aggressive to start off this round, just to get Alec out here towards the broom position. Now, Antivirus has got the deeper HE to in Banana, but the T's haven't taken that much space. Now, you'd have to say, for Oramond, to lose here, and you might just lose the entire best of 3. You'd then be down 7-11. Economy wouldn't be in your favor. It'd be very difficult to come back. Now, they're trying to fake a play towards A, but it looks to be a quicker B exec.
Nice HE lands, centre of mass towards the top of Banana players. Flashes go over. Execution's inbound, frontside turns away from one, but his teammates catch with extra utility. Double secured. Alec and Ariel down. Further flashes come forward. Antivirus gets another kill out of it. Sparva can also strike. And they are dismantled. The meat grinder returned by the Poles. HAVU now may have to concede their advantage back to an even scoreline. That's what this starts to mean.
And you feel for Alec the most because you've come out into the second half, you haven't really won any rounds, you've struggled to even get bomb plants, you win a 1v2, and then what happens in the follow-up? You just get reset. You just go in towards a B exec where you cannot deal with that dark player. He's just getting pick after pick. You can't seem to get the trade. And then already the rotates have come down for the brackets players. They're already in bottom banana. You're just completely trapped, completely surrounded. And Oramond have now been able to get themselves winning, what would it be? 6 out of the past 7, right? Because they were down 2-7. So it's been a really good shift to just keep in this game. I think when you're up 7-2 for HAVU, you probably don't think there's too many more rounds left in the game.
Round 17 was stacked with importance. Round 18 will not be quite as much. Harsher Eco, the T-side members. Damage being done by those pistols against antivirus at least. Another push pushed on here? I think it might be. M4 tries to engage him. They actually managed to get the kill for it though, so advantage for the T's. Front side is being pressured here. M4's picked up, and eventually Uli's the Eagle can take him down. Now they've got a couple of guns to play with, and access to the bomb site. Denied by SparVQ at the very right moment, though.
They need to catch this short player, because Fnatic is already low. He's on 8 points of health, and you've got yourself a boiler lurk and an apartments lurk. Now, if they can catch this one CT, this round is on. This can be completely stolen. It doesn't matter that there's not the best of buys. There's a lack of armor, there's a lack of upgrades. If you get a good timing on a pick, that's all that matters.
He's holding the box corner, though, so you're going to have to execute before you can see Fnatic. It leaves the AWP posted to the B defense. Sunko tagged up heavily in mid. This becomes a lot more doable on the A-bomb site. It's the numbers game that becomes the concern. They're going to rotate. All 3 men to hunker down B. The read couldn't be any better, but the timing is off. The smokes to cross the AWP of SparVQ. HE's against them. Shot connects. Pua is down. Secondary free on the wall band. Can't quite find. They swap weapons about. Give the AK over to Sparva and plant the bomb on the T side until Fnatic comes up with an all-important HE. 8 seconds. Got to try again and got to do so right now. But SparVQ takes Uli and doubles up to a triple in the round. That just denies the steal. Look at the HP, though. Look at how close HAVU got.
Yeah, we're seeing some mental scenes out here on Inferno. I mean, that's legitimately a Glock round with a P250 and a Deagle is nearly a round victory. That comes in to be very tight. Oh, boy. Overextensions. Banana players really struggling. And then Sparva, well, he just basically says, sod this, doesn't he? I mean, he gets that AWP in for a pick. He trades back with the AWP to get an AK straight away. And he just starts fighting. He realizes as the only player that's got HP, well, I've got to be a difference maker.
A massive round again here in round 19. Damage was done in small amounts towards the CT side. They got some savings thanks to 3 players staying alive. For HAVU, it's all about reclaiming that advantage, reclaiming the lead. Oramond. But the defense is up to face the execution. Little bits of utility out to brackets control. Won't drive SparVQ away. Won't catch anybody else. He'll back up. Hold his position. And wait for the bomb to rotate in for the exec.
And in the same pause where Otto B was getting a lot of picks in that first half, just posted on the short sight line.
Smokes and Moto. CTs. Flashbang won't affect the T-side line. Instead, Uli and Pua go down to directive fight. Alec with a decent kill. Bombs on his back. He's low HP to that fight aerial to swing into the apartments. Get a headshot together. Close range. SparVQ at mid-range. Takes the AWP to an apply. A triple secured. And the last man is the AWP on the T-side. Only hits the tag. The HE can come in close. It might get Sparva to fall to 2 HP, but it won't get a kill for it. And 13 seconds. He's lost the bomb. He doesn't know where they're coming from. And Oramond have done enough. SparVQ picks up the orb and does auto things on CT side. 21 deep. And now they are in the lead.
That flashbang towards the apartments was just brilliant as well. So not only did they have 3 players towards that A defense, but while the AWP is just situated and always about containing that one area, you've got the flash in to deal with the apartments lurk, and that just denies the entire round. Look how long it takes Aerial to get back up Boiler and into Apps to trade that one rifler. Great shooting from SparVQ on the bomb site, and HAVU have only struck a single round in the second half, that being the 1v2 from Alec. They've had some competitive rounds, they've come close to even winning the previous eco, but now they've lost the lead.
Losing their grip on this upset. Nades on Otto, taking him down, caught up in the apartments. And the shot from Alex, AWP, just can't find anything. Tag onto antivirus. So close to the casualty, but they need that casualty. Close is not close enough.
And I'm actually not sure what you do here in round 20, because not only are you in a 4v5, you've got Pur on a Tech 9 and just no util. You've got a flash and a smoke. You can't exec. It's so difficult. So what you're really hoping for is an individual error somewhere. You're hoping for a CT overextension. You're hoping to catch them sleeping. Otherwise, this round is just not workable. Now, Aerial is trying to draw that long player, but they're just not giving him anything, are they? They're so defensive on both B and A.
I know they can be, because there's only so many angles in which the T's can work. They can't make their way to wrap on the B bomb site, because as long as defended by one man, the short access is held by SparVQ, who's a key threat. 2 men to hold down the B bomb site, putting a smoke up to try and block them. Incendiaries will stall the execution for now. 2 of them are up, the T's will stall. They will have to make their way in through this smoke. Player on top of the first box, cut down by Frontsider. And now you've got Sunko involved in the quick rotations. Antivirus gets Uli, will lose Frontsider. 15 seconds, bomb's been dropped. 3v2. The plant can be secured, risky in the open. The smoke's about to fade. It isn't denied, but Alec is going to go down anyway. Aerial needs the full-blown ace. Time for the veteran to deliver in hole. 2 players coming in from the church. He's looking towards the orb, but SparVQ's not missing. Not now, not today. 11-9. Oramond. Favorites in this series. May look to secure that favoritism in the next 2 rounds. 2 to the good and 2 to the win.
And I legitimately cannot recall the last time HAVU executed a bomb site in which they're not running into the heavier stack. We're getting a very good read from Fnatic every single round. They're keeping 3A, they put 3B. No matter where they send that third rotator, it's always the bomb site that's being hit. You got Sinko that was out there towards CT. Even Antivirus started that round with 4 kills and he got 2. I know that he's been struggling individually, but he found his impact there. And now it's 2 more to close. HAVU are really choking this T side now.
Nade stacks from the C's gave nothing done, but the CT side, a few nades down, and they just tank away Aerial's HP, get Pua to 72, Alec to 88. The fast moves up towards Bernardo have been countered so well. You just don't know where to go from here. You don't find any solution to the problems that HAVU are facing at the moment. What has been an excellent series from them otherwise. A shocking return on Dust 2 to feeling like it could well have been upset in the first half of this map. Finally leaning into the lesser bomb side, but SparVQ and Fnatic are here to defend an AWP and an AK.
Uli is just trying to contact for as long as possible. Now, Sparva has been loving this angle, and with how light the util is, he might not even get flashed off.
Made some noise in brackets, called the attention over, the rotates immediately. Oh, the AWP seen by the shoulder baits. Got no utility to clear it off. He gets back to harder cover. Turns away. Fnatic and Sunko in the meantime hold the long defensive. Once again, it's a 5-on-3. Uli can get one of those players down, but Orpa still in play. Antivirus caught on rotation. 3-on-3. 13 seconds. Fnatic strikes down one more. The Orpa not yet to get a strike back, and he won't get one at all. Uli finds him. All important. Bomb plant secured. Front sider. 1v2 for the retake. He wants to go for it as well. He knows what he could gain. He knows this would cripple the HAVU side. Leans closer. Uli hidden behind the box. Swings up with a headshot. Instant kill. A triple for the man. And that's the second T-side round for HAVU at 11-10. Not dead yet.
And fair play to the Finns. I think you can give a lot of credit, mate. There's nothing in that round. They have no util. They've got no time. They're losing players. You need a miracle, and they just start getting raw entries, don't they? It's a lazy rotation. One of those CTs that came out from Speedway goes into brackets, right, rather than going through the moto. And I think it was Alec that was coming in quite late from Banana and just catches him in the open, and that's the critical kill of the round. They pressurize the Orpa. They make sure the bomb goes down with time. Oh, that was touch and go. That was very good shooting on the entries from HAVU.
One round to make up the difference. Damage done to both economies. Another swing opportunity. One that could well decide the map this time. At the very least, it would put HAVU up to map point. And series point with that. Oramond. Made damage again towards Alec. 38 points of health. The disadvantages continue to hamper the HAVU side, and you can imagine that if they just don't become nade magnets, then maybe they might just get some more confidence on their board. Again, just 1 point of health for the man.
There's nothing that you can do here. That really hurts, because I think that's been happening quite frequently here for HAVU, is that they're taking banana control, but they're not getting picks because the CTs just aren't playing at the half wall or the sandbag. They're just sitting back.
Gonna go through this. Anti-smoke, antivirus gets his 2 kills in regardless. Frontsider also involved on aerial. And the execution attempted to come forward, just goes nowhere for HAVU. Bomb lost. And round done. 12-10. Map and series point for Oramond.
Saving is definitely the right call. There is not anything that you're going to be able to work in a 2v5. And antivirus is slowly just giving a little bit more as these rounds continue on late in regulation. Getting himself in with another multi-frag. Just full spamming in that run, right? Swinging out ride, holding down mouse 1. Not really too much to it. What a second half. What a recovery this has been from Oramond. And I still do believe that they're going to go deep in the bracket. I still would count them as one of the title frontrunners. It's just that this has been quite a poor showing from them in the best of 3. And I think they know it themselves with just how uncomfortable their map pick at Dust 2 looked, being down 2-7 on Inferno versus a HAVU side that haven't had a legitimate win against a high-end tier 2 team in about 4 months. But even still, they're going to get the kill after time. Oh, they will. Nice. That is so key.
And that should seal the deal on it. There's just not enough in the tank. You can't even get it with the full buys. Tactical timeout for HAVU. I would call it wasted efforts, but at least you're throwing enough at the wall to try and change tacts, change something. Peku, the coach of the team, give them one final motivational speech. One last chance to change their fortunes. Need 2 to overtime. Oramond knocking on the door of the series win. Two AKs, Orp and M4 on 2 players for the CT side. Only the 2 AKs and 2 Galils with a Deagle for Uli on HAVU. Not even Kevlar to support it. We've asked for miracles time and time again at a HAVU, and very few times have they delivered them. Let's see if this will be the all-important one. Orpin, shot from Spava, right to Alec in the back corner. And looks for a second, can't quite get them. They're going to accelerate the pace into long. They apply the brakes and back away immediately.
They need to force a fight. They need to block this Orpa off. And instead, he's gone out towards Library to strike again.
Pua down, 24th kill of the game for Spava. Sunko point blank right next to the bomb carrier. Has no idea, but Spava does. Triple in the round. And looks back to the site for even more support. 4 for the man who has delivered here on Inferno in a way that HAVU can't comprehend. Fnatic will deal the killing blow. And it's 13-10. Oramond will take the series win 2-1 over HAVU and progress in the upper bracket of the ESL Challenger League.
Sparvacue dropped 27 kills, Jay, on map 1 and map 2 combined, and then drops 26 out on the decider. That was a great second half showing coming out of Oramond, and really what we should have been expecting from the word go. I know they had a really good performance out on map 1, but they let themselves down on Dust 2, and I think for the most part they let themselves down for the majority of Inferno, and only when things got really difficult did they start accelerating back. Now, things don't get any easier here for the Finns. They get dropped down to the lower bracket, facing off against ex-Ruby Jays, so that's the Hassanator, Kaidi, Fozzle lads, and they just came off of the back of having a top 4 in CCT last week. They're around top 60 in VRS. That's a really difficult draw. That's a tough team to go up against.
Yeah, I mean, look, for them, it was always going to be a difficult little affair, no matter how you cut it in, whatever situation this series ended up in, just in general in the ESL Challenger League. But hats off to them in this series. We had this down as a simple 2-0 for Oramond, and they still delivered a wonderful Dust 2 and an Inferno that, in the first half at least, threatened to seriously steal the series away. So I think they deserve a lot of credit for even doing that, because I had zero expectations for them coming into this best of 3.
And coming into a series with a stand-in as well. I know that Ariel used to play with some of these guys, and he used to play for the organization, but he's legitimately not played an official in so long, and he came in to hope to get them over the line. I thought he played really well as one of the A anchors, defending a lot of the apartments areas in that first half. But yeah, across the board for HAVU, I think they're going to be disappointed, because you're not going to get many opportunities like this, are you? You're playing a lot of closed qualifiers. You're not getting involved in what we would call the Tier 2 circuit. They're not strong enough with VRS. I know that the LAN recently is going to help them out, but when you get a position where you could potentially win a 2-1 series versus a team within inside of the top 50, you really want to take it. If you are the Finns, you really want to come out victorious.
They didn't do so on this day, no matter how close it was. So in the end, they will drop to that lower bracket. In the upper bracket, though, Oramond will progress forward, taking on Gen 1, like you mentioned, in the quarter-finals. You can see how things have lined up on this portion of the branches. We have seen Sparta and TDK also move forward towards the quarter-finals the same. So again, that Sparta upset over Alliance. That actually throws things off the Alliance side to a certain amount.
Yeah.
Still got some series ongoing as well today in the upper bracket. You can see that the likes of Leo are still taking on Coalescing in their third map. Flame Sharks and Johnny Speed, similar story. Mouse and XT Omega going to overtime in their respect. And here's how the lower bracket currently looks as well here. So you can see, as you mentioned a moment ago, that it will be HAVU versus ex-Ruby in their lower bracket round 3 game. Not going to be easy for them at all.
And look at how many best of 3 series as Alliance are going to have to win. I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, getting towards 7 just to get to the final. I think they can do it. I mean, they'll pump the likes of Unity. They'll pump either Ents Academy or from Rebels, but that's a serious wake-up call for them. You don't want to be sent down into a lower bracket with 32 teams this early.
Absolutely not, but that is the reality they have to face, and a similar story for HAVU as well. 6 best of 3s in a row. I think that what we said at the start of the day as well for them is still going to apply. I don't think they're going to make it past the next round or the round afterwards if they manage to make that upset happen. Again, it was a valiant effort today. Haven't seen enough from them in the overall history, so I expect them to bow out in the next round of the lower bracket.
Yeah, I'm with you as well. I think it was a decent showing today. Definitely could have achieved a little bit more, but against ex-Ruby, I don't think the chances are particularly great. I know that those guys are without an organization just like Oramond are, but they're also another good team. They're a threatening team in Tier 2 for sure.
Alright, well, the teams that win out today in the upper bracket get a day's break. Tomorrow we come back with the losers matches in the lower bracket. So yes, that will be HAVU's chance to test themselves against ex-Ruby among the Alliance and Unity series and others as well in that lower bracket. So chance to fight for survival in tomorrow's proceedings. Today, however, on the official stream, we are all done for you. A bit of a sleeper hit thrill right on Oramond and HAVU. And hopefully there'll be more of those to come over the next few days, Dwayne.
Yeah, totally. And maybe you just can't write off any of these series, as even if, let's say, you expect a favourite or you expect a certain outcome. I was kind of expecting a decent 2-0. I thought that HAVU tactically might be able to squeeze in a bit of pressure. I certainly didn't think we were going to be going 3 maps. I certainly didn't think they were going to be pressurizing the overall series win. So, yeah, definitely more surprises to come.
There's plenty more series to come. Again, 7 p.m. CET is when the action kicks off here in the European Challenger League. So join us back here tomorrow once again for even more action. For today, that is all we have for you on the Challenger League. So once again, bid you adieu, and we'll see you here tomorrow.
Just completely beaten by pace. And now they groove. Sunko gets 2. Oh, he drops the bomb. And he now hears the last player of Oramond. His AK's on for a round. It's not quite the clutch.
Left. Molotovs come in, Antivirus over the crossfire. Sunko with a double sequence, and Antivirus strikes the last man down. See inside the smoke. Take the fucking barbecue goes down. The pig sees him now to the shoulder. Casualties, Barbecue and Sunko can find them beyond that smoke inside there, outside of it as well. AWP got pushed out to the bottom, and finally the German gets the point. Triple in the round and looks back to the side for even more support. 4 for the man.
up on your feet, this is a shakedown. Order up that beat just like it's takeout. Show me you got soul inside those new shoes, and you can rock and roll with an attitude. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. You're the new MC, you got the remix. Keep it on repeat, just let the beat kick. Everywhere you go, you bring the roof down. Everybody knows you got your own sound. So good, so fresh, just the way you like it. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, yeah, you like it, the way you like it now. Yeah, you like it, the way you like it. Oh, so good, so fresh. Get up on your feet. Show me you got soul. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Just the way you like it. So good, so fresh. Get up on your feet, this is a shakedown.
The road to the top is a riddle. What will be my destiny? Money and fame are awaiting.